Sports Show. Are you looking for sports knowledge?
I always liked on-base percentage. I was a big on-base percentage guy. Because there were some kids you would look out and go, damn, that kid is always on base.
Passion.
Weapons, weapons, weapons. How excited. I'm fired up for that.
Accountability.
That's a good one too, right?
Hello, my fellow ladies and gents. It's the old fraud slayer back with yet another fraud slay.
Loyalty.
One all-around basketball player, rebounding, assists, everything. I'm taking LeBron James.
Strategy.
We go legit sleeper guys, but I think Kyler Murray's going to have a ridiculous year this year.
Mixed with laughter. While keeping it real.
Well, I did because I'm one of the only one that's realistic. He stinks.
The K&K Sports Show starts now.
We are live on a Wednesday night. A lot of sports news going on. Mr. Petro, how are you, sir?
What's up, everybody? Good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Mr. Sickinger, how are you? You guys are back-to-back again tonight?
Yep. Dinner and a show. That's what this is.
Attaboy. And Mr. Kirkpatrick, how are you?
Doing well. Looking forward to my usual 4-day weekend. Ready to get this rolled. And what better way to start than with my 3 friends on the K&K Sports Show?
Kurt is all over the internet. Like every time you look up, K&K is doing something.
I'm not fooling around, Jim. We're not fooling around. We got business cards we're going to go over in a couple of minutes. We got a couple promos tonight.
Who's our bobbleheads in front?
Bobbleheads tonight is me, Peyton, and Elway.
Wow.
We're anticipating your questions tonight. So, they're ready to roll for tonight.
My homework.
Oh, it's Stump Kurt tonight?
Let's get our
Stump Kurt at 9:20
right out of the way, Kurt, so we can get into this show. First off, if you haven't subscribed to K&K Sports Show, subscribe to our YouTube page. The 4 of us will be doing YouTube shorts each and every night for you all. And a little later, we got a little fun interactive question for you all to answer. Help us out, and you enjoy listening to us. We enjoy doing this for you. Go to our YouTube page, K&K Sports Show. Also, check us out on I-95 Sports Network, Spotify. Kurt, take it over because you know the rest.
iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, live Facebook, live YouTube, live I-95, Zingo. And that's it. So, again, we're going to go over a couple things. We got the business cards coming out. We'll go over that in the first promo spot. But, Mr. Petro, take away the Mount Rushmore tonight.
So tonight's interactive topic, we're going to go back because cereal got such a good response. We want to do, give us your Mount Rushmore of 4 candy bars / candy. So it's like a bigger spectrum for people that don't like chocolate. Drop those in the comments now. We'll answer ours at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. You know what, Kurt? I'm almost afraid because Kurt, the guy doesn't eat anything.
No, you're safe on this. This is easy.
Oh, well, Jim. Well, you know what? Our next food bet is going to be chocolate-covered, like, grasshoppers Kurt's going to have to eat.
Come on.
We're doing Rocky Mountain oysters. We should do dessert and have the grasshoppers. Go double.
I was waiting for Kurt to say I don't eat chocolate.
No, I love chocolate. I just had, by the way, here's the spoiler. I just ate a Milky Way. So the Milky Way will be on that board tonight. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so let's get into a little breaking news here. All right, Mr. Sickinger is a happy man. Let's be realistic. He's a happy guy. Mr. Mahomes, 10-year extension, up to what is it? Up to $503 million?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, really. How much more money can you get? I mean, it's crazy.
Can I tell you the funniest part about this whole thing? And not because it's Pat Mahomes. You guys can feel free to jump in, people out there. Have you heard anybody say a bad word about this yet?
No, because you know why? He's the best quarterback in football, the best player in football, and that's how it should go. The best player should get the most money. So no.
But you know what? He keeps his mouth shut. He's humble.
You know what? Let's not even talk about, like, even the way he carries himself off the field. You know what? Bob Caputo was probably listening, texted me the other day. See what happens when you keep your head down, your mouth shut, and you work hard. You know what? And he said, we'll get this deal done. But you see the way he did it, Kurt and Kenny. Made it friendly.
Yeah.
So they can go out and sign other players.
Well, it's 2027 is the big year, because 2027, if they don't restructure by that year, it is a $60 million cap hit. So that's why they're hoping by then. And I mean, I heard his quote. The reason why he signed the deal is because it gave him security, and it let them, the way they structured it, it allows them to keep the team together and to keep winning football games.
Now, I don't know, but Petro, go ahead, Petro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say, people who see the deal, I think the first thing that a lot of people think of is when the Ravens won the Super Bowl, they paid Joe Flacco all that money, and it crippled the Ravens the way the deal was structured. The Ravens just weren't the same anymore. They couldn't pay certain guys. They had to let guys leave, and they took a fall. So this deal, yes, it's a lot of money, but they're very, very – they got these guys that are so good with the cap now that
they figure it out.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, like you guys said, he's the last 2 seasons, Pat Mahomes has led in combined for the last 2 seasons, touchdowns, yards, and touchdowns, yards, and I think quarterback rating.
Yeah, quarterback rating.
Those are the 3 main categories for quarterback. He's led in all of them the last 2 years. You got to get him.
And we're getting Kenny, before I get to you, a couple comments. I think Chris Shul's got to be busting my chops, because he's saying Dak has to be worth at least the same. No way. Don't even go there. Lou Paterno's on my side, though. Dak is nowhere near Mahomes. Bob Caputo has brought in the first Mount Rushmore of the night, guys. Kit Kat, Baby Ruth, Almond Joy, Nestle Crunch. Beelan wants to know, Kenny, just give me 1 second, I'll get to you. Beelan wants to know if, Petro, if you got thrown out of your house, and he's laughing. And then Paterno saying, in essence, the deal is
it's
really...
It's not a long story, but we're good.
Hey, that's fine. As long as you said we're all good. Lou saying, in essence, the deal really is a 6-year, $168 million deal. Goran saying the Mets will still be paying Bobby Bonilla when this contract is over.
That is true. Did you see that? That's actually true.
That's nuts.
15 more years for Bonilla.
All right, Kenny, what do you got with Mr. Mahomes? Give me your thoughts.
Well, there's not many negatives, obviously, but if you got to bring one debatable negative, I would say, would anybody be afraid of 10 years? Look at your quarterbacks. Brady's with the Buccaneers this year. I know Brady's in a league of his own, but Aaron Rodgers is having problems in Green Bay. Joe Montana left years ago to go to the Chiefs. Kurt Warner left the Rams to go to the Cardinals and Giants. Could there be any – I'll ask Jim because he's a Chief fan. 10 years, do you think that's – I know he's the best right now, but 10 years is a lot of years.
I hope I'm around in 10 years.
But then I have a follow-up question. After you ask that, I got a question for everybody. I'll start the question after Jim answers this question I have for you. I got a question for everybody after this.
Hit it.
My question is, how many Super Bowls in 10 years, in your 3 valued opinions, do they have to win? I'll go to Jim first, since he's the Chief fan. How many Super Bowls?
How do you put a number on that, Kenny? Like, I don't know. Like, this one being the first one that I remember since I was 5 years old was pretty spectacular. But how do you put a number? Like, I mean, because you're paying them this much money, does it say the pressure that he has to go out there and win? You'd have to put a number. Oh, he has to win definitely 3. He has to win 4. I don't know how you do that, in my eyes. And it's a great question to ask, but I just don't know how to answer it.
I agree, but I think the media is going to make him, and he's by
Well, that's
far
what the
the best
media
in the
does.
NFL, and he's going to be able to handle the pressure. But they're going to try and give him that pressure, and there's going to be talks all out. He's got to win 4 Super Bowls, just throwing a number out there. I think that, if he wins 2 or 3 in 10 years, that's great. It's so hard to win Super Bowl this year. So, if he wins 1 more in 10 years, it's not just Mahomes. It's a team, and it's the coaching as well. So how
Sure.
can you, like I said, I asked the question, but how could you label that? Petro, you got an answer?
I mean, I don't think it'll ever be on Mahomes if they don't win the Super Bowl. That guy's going to go out there and ball out regardless because that's just what he does. He really is. He is that good. And in 10 years, the guy's going to be 34 years old. If he plays out this whole entire – let's say he plays out this whole entire contract, doesn't restructure it, he can cash out again at age 34 because there might not be many quarterbacks that are still better than him at age 34. So he could sign – if Brady is signing a 2-year, $50 million deal at 42 years old, who's to say Pat Mahomes can't sign another 3-4-year deal 10 years from now? But, I mean, it's actually really a 12-year deal if you play it out because it was a 2-year deal on his – it was a 10-year deal onto the 2 years that he has left. So it's technically 12. It's going to get restructured, though. It has to because this is all more so – it was just so they could – finagle the numbers and give him the guaranteed money that he wanted. The guaranteed money is the number that's important because that's what Kansas City is really on the hook for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $145 million guaranteed, which is still the most ever. But I mean, I think it's more realistic that if he doesn't win multiple league MVPs, because then that means he's not really living up to the contract. Because if he's in the league MVP conversation every year, you can't complain about paying him that money because that means at least he's doing his job. So I think the league MVPs is more of a better question than championships because, like Jim said, that's a team thing. It's not just on him. Aaron Rodgers is great. That guy's got 1 Super Bowl.
Right.
Yep.
You know? So
Kenny, by the way, our friend Will Colon from Vivas Los Bills is saying way too much money. The QB position is going to kill the whole team when it comes to the cap. I'm going to get into that for a second too, but Jim, this is what just drives me up a wall. You got the clear best player in the NFL in Patrick Mahomes, and he's working out somehow of a friendly deal, whatever the way the deal is, okay? And now you got somebody like Dak Prescott. I'm playing for 40. Like listen, Dak Prescott couldn't shine this guy's shoes. I mean, you got to be out of your mind. It's just more mind-boggling to me how you're going to have this quarterback from Dallas saying, "I want this, I want that." What makes me honestly, like when I saw the deal, I mean, again, I'm a Bronco fan, so I'm not a Mahomes fan, but now it's like this is the top. And you know what? From now on, I don't want to hear Beelan because he comes on later. He's going to say, well, that's the going rate. Screw the going rate. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean
that's always just going to keep going up.
People see the thing is,
yeah, but here's the thing though. What does it mean? Like because my contract's up, I have to be the best. Like here, see, let me ask you, who's the 2 best franchises in the 3 top sports? Would you say in the past 15 years? 2 best franchises.
Patriots.
Yep, and NBA.
And Golden State Warriors.
All right, I didn't mean before the Warriors.
Lakers?
No, like best coach. They're saying he's the best coach in the NBA now. He had Duncan.
Spurs.
They don't play. They don't play that jerky game with where pay. Listen, they didn't even want to pay Brady in his prime top money, Belichick. That's how you win. You don't win by, think about it, they paid Tim Duncan. They never paid all those other guys, San Antonio. New England gets rid of the stars. You're taking this or you're out. They're showing you how it's done. These Mahomes, you have to do it with Kansas City, but you just can't start paying now saying, hey, Sam Darnold's up, give him $42 million. Like, you can't just pay these guys that money. That'll cripple
Kurt,
you.
if you want to win and stay competitive, which this kid does, and he's smart, he's not sitting here thinking, of course, this is like FU money that, once you get to this level of money. But he's a smart kid. He knows he's going to be around there.
Right.
He wants to play there, and he's got to surround himself with talent. They were saying the fine details of this contract are so confusing. They contain options, rolling guarantees, and they said other fancy free agent lingo that you need 5 lawyers to understand. The kid's smart. He's not. Let me get paid. I'm going to be the highest paid guy, and the team's going to suck. You know what? And because they have all these cap guys, a bunch of guys who never played football a day in their life, but they're really good at figuring this stuff out. You know what? This will remain to be seen. It's a lot of money. The money will always go up. I remember when somebody got the first $1 million baseball contract, we were thinking, oh, my God, this guy got $1 million to play baseball. And now that's chump change. You know, the bar will always go up.
Yeah, but
And
even
who's
though the bar is going up, Mahomes is one. Like, see, me personally, I don't care who it is. Like, you know, Jared Goff or Josh Allen or Drew Lock, any of those guys ain't coming to me saying, I want to be number one. No, you're not Mahomes. You're definitely under Mahomes. Now we're going to work. Who's the second best? Who's the third best? That's how you should be slotted.
Isn't that how it always is? Oh, it
I
gets
mean,
slotted, right?
Here's the thing with Dak. Dak doesn't want a longer deal because Dak only wants a 4-year deal because Dak wants to hit the market again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big issue with Dak. He wants the cake, and he wants not just a piece. He wants the whole entire cake.
But Dak,
So
sorry, you won
it.
one playoff game, and you're not an elite quarterback. You're probably an average quarterback in the NFL. That's what you are.
My thinking is this: if Lamar Jackson comes out next year, wins another MVP, or somehow comes out, they beat the Chiefs, they roll through the playoffs, they get to the Super Bowl, they win the Super Bowl. Are you going to give Lamar Jackson north of $35-40 million? Because I mean, if you think about it, he's on the same track that Mahomes did. Mahomes, his first year, he won. You know what I mean? It's Lamar Jackson's second year. He won league MVP, and now if Lamar wins the Super Bowl this year and brings the Ravens back to the promised land, I mean, you're going to end up. You got to pay him, but do you pay him that much money? In my eyes, I think Lamar Jackson is the only one that you can really consider. And he's a even scarier one because I know he's crafty and the way he contorts his body, he doesn't really get hit clean. But, I mean, it's only a matter of time before someone gets a hold of him and hits him clean the way he runs the ball. So, Mahomes, at least, he's smart with it. And he's got a big arm. And I agree. I just don't see how a guy like Dak Prescott, listen, he's going to get paid his money. But I mean, him turning down the $35 million a year is just crazy. It's so crazy to me. Yeah. Everybody thinks that this benefited Dak. I think Mahomes getting this deal, I think it actually kind of hurt Dak because now, if he goes and he's like, now I want Pat Mahomes money, you're going to get laughed at, bro. Like you're not getting that. No. And if he does get it, man, Dallas is just a bad look.
Yeah. Kenny. So you asked the question. I'm going to throw a question back to you, okay? You know, and a lot of people here are making good comments, but on the Chiefs, I mean, I should have asked Jim, but I'll ask Kenny first, then we'll go to Jim. But on the Chiefs, and we mentioned this the other day about like their receivers and like how those guys, and we got a real good comment from Jeff C, and I'll get to that in a second. But you know, Mahomes just makes so many people better. Tyreek Hill, okay, he's gonna want to be getting paid top of his receivers, but maybe Kelsey, but all those other receivers, they're not going to come in. Like Sammy Watkins can't go and say, I want $19 million in Kansas City. They'll just replace that. So do you think, Kenny, that it helps that he don't have the big time other skill guys that are going to get mega money?
Kind of helps him, I think. I mean, you don't have the guys when you don't have a Terrell Owens type or you know, an Antonio Brown on your team demanding that they're the best on the team and they need this and that, it helps. So he doesn't have those egos. He's got Travis Kelce, who I love as a pro, Tyreek Hill, I mean, and his other guys. Sammy Watkins came back last year. He made Sammy Watkins better. Yeah, Sammy Watkins was about to be out of the league, and he made Sammy Watkins better.
Yeah.
100% better last year. I would take Sammy Watkins with Pat Mahomes as my number one receiver. If Tyreek Hill got hurt, I wouldn't still not. You know, I'm jumping ahead. All three of our teams, Giants, Redskins, Broncos, we lose our number one receiver, we're done. Oh, we're done. You know, you always say that. Tyreek Hill gets hurt or Travis Kelce gets hurt, Mahomes is just going to make the next guy better.
And
Not
here's
gonna
the
miss
answer,
those.
Kenny. To your point, and I'm going to go to Jim because Jeff C is saying this. According to PFF.com, the Chiefs have the 16th ranked offensive line, but he makes them look like a top 5 because of his athleticism. Let them build the lineup with draft picks, and he's only going to get better. See, he does that. Dak doesn't. That's the difference. That's why I would pay Mahomes anything. I have zero. You watched in the Super Bowl. They were down how many points? What were they down? 10 late in that game? Right, Jim? What were they down in that Super Bowl? 10 points?
I'm sorry.
They were down 10.
Just
Okay.
real fast. Hey, Kurt.
Yeah.
I don't want to say people are sending me Stump Kurt trivia questions right now because they want to see you go down.
Oh,
That's
come
how bad the audience is right now.
Come
So
on.
you're a little distracted.
Kurt,
Mahomes was down 10 going into the fourth.
All
Yeah.
right. So I have.
Kurt, I want to bring in Jen because we got Jen's here, Jenny Hoops.
All right.
So you,
We got 2 more minutes. Jen, can you just hang on for 1 second, please, before the first promo?
Sure.
See, but here's the difference, though, Petro, and that's exactly why I'm saying, like, that guy, I have all the confidence in the world. If I was a Chief fan, Mahomes 10, go win the game. Dak's not doing that. Jared Goff's not doing that.
I'll tell
Jimmy
you what.
Garoppolo's not doing that. So they don't
Even
get
the-
paid.
Even forget the Super Bowl, down 24-0
Right.
to the Texans.
Right.
I'm sorry. I've only seen that done one other time, and it was when Brady did it in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I'm sorry. I know you guys don't like Tom Brady, but if you're going to say Brady and Mahomes in the same breath, I mean, I'm sorry. There's no other quarterbacks in the league that you could say that about, and that alone is what's going to get you the money that he got. And he really is. It's crazy to say that someone's worth that much money.
Yep.
Because, yes, they're all overpaid. Of course they're all overpaid. They're out there playing football. But, I mean, he is the upper echelon. He is now the standard of football. And
Exactly.
that's it.
Right. So and again, the last thing before we get to hoops with her promo, but how can anybody in their right mind go? Aaron Rodgers is the only guy, and maybe I agree with you, Petro, Lamar Jackson, if he does it again. Besides that, no one should even go near that contract. He's an A+ player. The next guy's an A, and that's Rodgers, Lamar Jackson. I mean, I would still consider Brady.
I would put Russell Wilson in
Right,
there
Russell
too.
Wilson. But Dak Prescott, you're like a B minus. You're not getting that money. I don't care if your contract's up or not. I hope Beeling comes on later because I'll go off on Beeling with this Dak Prescott.
I think a B minus for Prescott is even being generous.
It is.
I think Prescott is like a middle of the road. Listen, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but I mean, like, you can't be thinking that dude should be in the realm of these top 5 paid quarterbacks. He's gonna get it. That's just because of how it works.
Dumb.
Come on.
Where do we put you lock?
We'll get to that later. All right, Kenny, what
Hey,
we got
Hoops.
with the promos, Kenny?
Wait, hold on. Jen,
Yes.
you deserve better lighting than you're getting right now.
You know what?
Look at Kurt. Kurt's got a microphone, headphones, lighting. He's sticking you under a lamp
I
upstairs.
know. I always get like the second best,
We're going to work on that.
well,
I
Kurt,
mean, you know what?
You're my best advocate, Jim.
Oh,
I'm your
stop.
new agent.
Kurt's always in trouble, so that's why he's down in that
Yeah,
cave.
I'm always in trouble. I do nothing.
He's always in trouble, so that's why the cave. He's got all the time in the world to fix the cave up. So Jenny Hoops has our first promo of the night, and then after Jen's promo, I'll get into our first interactive trivia question for the audience.
Okay.
First of all, thank you for having me on, guys. I just wanted to take a quick moment to introduce a giveaway that actually my friend Michelle and her company Modern Travel Professionals are doing. They are having to celebrate the return to travel. They're giving away a 3-night all-inclusive vacation for a family of 4 to the Hard Rock Hotel in Riviera Maya. And I'm going to drop the link in the comments once I'm done, when I have access to Facebook again. And all you have to do is click on the link, and there's a 2-field entry form for you to fill out, and the winner will be drawn on July 17th. So again, I know we're all itching to kind of get back to travel, so this would be maybe a nice way to kind of re-enter into travel once again. Oh, I hear some dogs in the background there.
That'd be mine, too.
Definitely not mine. Bella's got a much lighter bark. On a personal note, Michelle does happen to be one of my best friends, but she is definitely a travel agent extraordinaire, and her specialty is actually Disney. So if we have families in the near future that are looking to get back, because I know we've all been a little halted right now, she could definitely help you out with any of your travel needs. So thanks for letting me get that on there.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks, Jen.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
Hoops.
good night. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
By the way, before I get in, I want to read a couple comments. Beelan saying, send Drew and Kurt on that trip.
I'm having some technical difficulties here. I can't unmute. There it is. I can't unmute the guys.
How about now?
There we go.
All
there
right.
we go. I better stop with the muting because that almost didn't get you back.
Yeah, Petro, real quick. Mark Calderio's Mount Rushmore, Reese's Pieces cups, Hershey bar, Three Musketeers, and Milky Way. He probably stole that from me. I got 3 of my 4 on that. There's another one. Chris Schul, Cherry Pull and Peel Twizzlers,
That's a good one.
Frozen Reese's, Peanut Butter Cups, Dark Milky Ways, and I think that's all he gave me.
Yeah, you put it in the freezer.
And Kenny, Jimmy Iserman saying hello.
What's up, Jimmy?
No, it's
Jimmy
fine.
came on perfect time. We got a first giveaway tonight. It's going to be we're going to do a trivia question. I want the full team name. It's a little tricky. I'll give you a hint. I want to know who the Yankees faced, New York Yankees faced in their first World Series. The hint I will give you, and you all can look it up on Google, they did not win that World Series.
Okay, and the winner will
Full
get...
team name. Full team name. We don't want just the mascot. We want the full team name.
Is that in the 9 o'clock hour, Kenny, or is that now?
We'll take the first answer now so we can get into Petro's segment.
Okay.
Hey, Kurt, you
First
got
one
a
that
father
comes
son now.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Jeff C., Bob Caputo's son, Jeff,
Okay.
who played for me at Kearney. That's the Jeff C. That's just, so we got a father-son tandem now starting
awesome.
to come in.
Welcome.
Awesome.
Hey, did you guys see, this is a bit of levity, because that's all I know these days. Did you see there was a picture of Shaq? He just bought a boat that's the size of a block. And he said, what should I name it? And somebody said, you should name it a free throw because you can't sink it.
That's good.
I thought that was awesome. You know what? The internet will provide.
That's good.
Would you just, I know we have an agenda, but just looking at sports today, the Ivy League canceling all full sports. You know what? The Big Ten only doing a 10-game schedule. You know, OSU, Ohio State's shutting down. We got a bunch of stuff going on in sports. Like, it's all over the place. I mean, I never thought I'd be happy. I came in to eat lunch today, and the Yankees summer camp was on. I'm watching batting practice, eating lunch. It was exciting.
Did you guys watch Garrett Cole last night?
I did.
Cole looked good last night.
Yeah, no, cruise control.
Guys, we got an answer. Johnny Beelan is saying New York Giants. Is that correct, Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Correct. 1921, they lost to the New York Giants.
All right, let me show you what he's doing.
The last out was a double play.
I hope Mr. Beelan is a Yankee fan, guys, because...
No, he's an Atlanta Brave fan.
Oh, he's a Brave fan. So
I'm
he
sure
might
he
have...
knows somebody who's a Yankee fan.
He has to know he's going to get
he sent that down my way.
He's going to get a New York Post 1999 championship paper along with the Daily News from 1999, perfect condition, team of the century. I mean, Beelan, you can make a deal, you and Petro.
We can have a little raffle between the three of us, and I'll take one of those.
You guys can do that. So 2 nice awards for Mr. Beelan.
Nice.
So what do you think, Jim? Though, I mean, like, do you think?
Wait, you gave him a 1999 World Series one?
1999, a Post and a Daily News.
1999 was a good year for Beelan. That's when the Yankees beat the Braves.
It was when the Yankees beat the Braves.
That's getting burned. You got to be careful with which giveaways you have. You should have.
I can switch it up for him. He's a Brave fan. I mean, we can switch it. You know, if he wants to switch
Oh,
it up,
no. When you call into this show, you get what you get.
That's a bad one, though. Oh, my God. I didn't even think of that. That's bad, Petro.
Such is life.
Oh, God.
Game of the century.
That's bad. Team of the century after they beat you. Didn't they sweep them, too? That's when they swept them.
Yeah.
They swept them 4-0.
I think so. I'm pretty sure it was 4-0, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, hey, there's probably some Brave pictures in that paper. You know what I mean?
Head
got some Brave papers.
down.
That'd be perfect for Beelan tonight. So what do you
So,
think?
Kurt, I
Yeah, it was
think
sweet.
Petro's up. Petro got
4 games to 0.
tonight. Kurt,
What's up?
I think Petro's up. He's got a new segment for us tonight.
Petro's up. Okay. Sorry
Hey,
about
just
that.
to make Beelan feel better, here were the 4 winning pitchers. Game 1, it was El Duque beat Maddox. Game 2, Cone beat Kevin Millwood. Game 3, Mariano in relief beat Mike Remlinger. And Game 4, the Rocket.
I was going to say probably Pettit in game 3.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jim, actually, Petro's on at 8:35. So, Jim, you have 3 minutes if you want to talk real quick with your thoughts. I'll just go to you with this Ivy League cancellation.
You know what? People laughed back, and Kurt, we were in school when the Ivy League was the first one to cancel their basketball season. And everybody's like, it's just the rich kids and the smart kids. No one else will do it. And all of a sudden, the dominoes all fell, and we saw what just happened. All right? TCNJ, College of New Jersey, where my daughter goes to school, they canceled all fall sports. They were the first one. You know what? We talked about that last week. Now you're seeing other teams start doing. Now the Ivy League, again, is canceling everything. They're saying nothing before January 1st. So that's going to even impact basketball, which they said the winter sports, they're going to make a rule in mid-July what they're going to do. Stanford, we just saw it today. They canceled 11 varsity sports at Stanford. You know what? We're starting to see the impact of, the COVID, money, call it what you want. But this is bad. Ohio State just canceled their full practice or their workouts right now. They're putting them on pause. People don't realize, the effect that this is going to have. You know what? The baseball thing, it seems to be working for now. No one really knows. But when it comes to college sports, how are you going to go back to campus? They're starting to send incentives to kids to stay. If you stay home and don't show up to campus, we're going to do this. Or if you live in a certain radius of the campus, you have to drive and be a commuter to go to school. I saw one junior, I think it was Bergen Community College in New Jersey. They said they're not going to raise their tuition, but no one's coming on campus. Everything's got to be home. You know what it is? Everybody's just shooting all over the place right now. And everybody's, you talk about the money, right? We always talk about that with the big money, especially these big college towns and the money they're going to use, the pressure that they must be under to say, hey, you know what? Let's keep going ahead. And then, we'll see what happens in the end. You know what? I think they're setting themselves up for failure. And God, I hope I'm wrong. But you know what? As you're watching this, Kenny's in the healthcare. My sister's in the healthcare. She works in the hospital. You know what? And all the people who say that it's getting better, it's not getting better. You know what? You see numbers going up. And now you're talking about a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, and you're going to put them on campus, tell them to live in a bubble and do the right thing. They're kids. You know what? They're not going to do the right thing. I drove past the field the other day, a college that is very close to me, and there was a bunch of kids out there at a soccer camp, and kids were standing on the sideline right next to each other. And I said, that's not social distancing. You know what? I talked to a couple of my buddies whose kids are playing some pretty elite baseball tournaments. I go, how do they make it out with the social distancing? He goes, there's none. Mm-hmm. None. And we're not talking about rinky-dink little tournaments. These are national baseball tournaments that their kids are playing in. You know what? And they've been to a number, and I'm not going to say the name of them, but he says, no, there's no social distancing. He goes, and the kids are all over each other. And you know what? Well, you were led to believe this in the beginning, but it's not happening. And this is the problem with this. You know, because kids are going to be kids. That Last Dance tournament's coming up soon. And we talked about that a couple weeks ago, what's going to happen. You know what? And I've asked a couple parents of people that I know doing that. And I want to hear good things because I want it to be successful. And they said there's nothing going on. You got parents and assistant coaches or anybody that you could have running these practices, and it's like the Wild West. Nobody's disinfecting balls. Now, this may be happening in some places, but I've talked to at least 5 or 6 people at pretty prominent places, and they're saying nothing's being done.
And Jim, Brian Neal is saying sick delivering the truth bomb.
No, well, you know what? It's not. It's just things that I'm trying to find out. I wish people were telling me that every ball came out was being disinfected. You know what? Or this or that or everything else. Did you see what happened with Garrett Cole?
They weren't throwing it around the horn.
He struck out a guy. He threw it around the horn. They took the ball out of play.
He wanted the ball,
He said he didn't like it. He gives up a home run to Andujar. He's pissed off. You know what? I mean, it's just natural some of these things are going to happen. But if there's no one there to police it or no one there, you know what? When you have an assistant coach or a couple parents running things, this thing is going to go sideways quick. And like I said, I keep saying I'm hoping I'm wrong. I wish I was delivering good news. I hate to be like the damn Grim Reaper here every week talking about this stuff. But you know what? If we're going to do this, do it, and do it right. Do it the right way. And say, if you say you're going to do something and you're going to social distance and parents have to stay in the car until 5 minutes before the game and all that stuff like that, it's not happening. I'm done.
By the way, Bob Caputo saying NFL announced today players have the option to opt out of this season. So,
but opt out means you don't get paid.
Makes sense.
Right.
And you know what hurt us, Jim? And we'll get into Petro's segment. What's hurting us the most, it's summer now. The homeschooling's over. Kids have nothing to do now. So travel, people are starting to travel. Tourist areas, are you seeing the spikes in the tourist areas? It's going to happen right now. Hopefully, this all ends soon. But, we're in reality. I mean,
But Kenny, Ken, you being in the health field, you see every day on the news how unrealistic people are, whether they're shopping in a store and they won't put a mask on. These are the parents of kids who they're sending off to games and camps and stuff like that. And the kid's looking, and hey, my mom and dad said they don't have to wear masks. I don't have to wear masks. It's not, when you get a coach saying you have to wear a mask or whatever, you got parents who are 100% out of their minds and not following any protocols. Oblivious. What are the kids going to do?
Oblivious.
You're right.
You know what? Do I think Kurt and I are going to be in the building in September in school? I don't know.
I'm in the building now.
They're saying we have to, but I don't know.
It's yeah. I mean, it's reality. It's coming to the point. We're in July already. That this is almost going to be a lost year. I mean, it's halfway over already, and we haven't had anything in the world of not just the world of sports, but. And I don't want to get into this because we got our segments we want to get into in our agenda.
Right. Nobody. We're all about sports here, and we're all about kids. You know what? Like this fine young guy here, getting out there as a young guy and going to play.
We can talk about this off the air. We don't need to talk about this now.
No, you're right. You know what? But we want to see kids get out there and play and do the right thing. And it's up to the adults to lead us in that direction. So
Great point.
Speaking of adults, Kurt, take us to the next segment.
Mr. Petro's up tonight with a brand new segment, Mr. Petro.
Yeah, so basically how this one works is I'm going to call it this guy or that guy. I'm going to give you two players. It could be a current player versus a former player, a current versus current, or old versus old. It doesn't have to be like their age. Just take them for whenever they were at their best. Who would you rather have on your team? So I did NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball. I'll kind of cover all different ones.
Kurt, my man's got it in a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'll start the first one. The first one we're going to do, I'm going to put Kurt on the spot. Kurt, Peyton or Elway?
Elway.
Okay.
Wow.
Kenny?
I think I would go Elway as well.
Okay.
Yep. I would agree. Elway was, you know what? Peyton was a rental. He was a hired gun coming in there. And don't say the sheriff, Kurt.
Well, I'm not talking just Peyton on Brown. I'm talking Peyton
overall.
I'm still going Elway.
I'm taking Elway too. I'm going Elway. We're all on Elway?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. He
all right.
Was awesome.
We'll switch it up. We'll go to MLB. This will get Jim fired up.
Wait, can't draft quarterbacks, but you can sling that
This
ball.
is going to get Jim real fired up.
No, they better not be.
A-Rod or Bonds?
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
We'll let that one marinate for him.
Ooh.
Kenny, go ahead.
That's tough.
Is there a C?
I'm going to go Bonds. Bonds because he never played for the Yankees, Jim.
Okay. Kurt, I already know who you're going to say.
A-Rod.
I'm with you. I'm with A-Rod. Go ahead.
I thought Jim
I'm
left.
thinking Bond, just because I hate A-Rod so much.
I hate A-Rod too, and
like
Bonds never played for the Yankees. That's my reason.
Hey, by the way, we got three. Shul, Beelan, and Zoli both all said Elway, and Beelan's saying A-Rod because he admitted. Zoli's A-Rod. Chris Zool A-Rod. We're getting all A-Rods here, Petro. All A-Rods in the comments.
All right, here we go. Which one do I want to do? Pat Mahomes or Brett Favre?
I see. You got me again with that one.
Kurt.
Wow.
Pat Mahomes.
Okay. Kenny?
That's tough too.
I know.
I'm gonna go Brett Favre because Pat Mahomes has only been in the league a couple of years. When it's all said and done, you ask me this question in 15 years, I may change my mind.
Okay.
Say Favre.
Favre's my boy.
I know. That's why.
You're killing. He's probably sitting there just going, "What can I do?"
Jim, there's no way you can't answer this, Mahomes. You got it.
No, Favre is my guy. I loved Favre. To me, I could listen to Favre mic'd up all day long. The way he talked to officials, you know what? Like the stupid thing he did, like he just went out there. And the thing that I loved about Favre, he had fun. He put it, and not that it had nothing to do with Patrick.
Audience is going 2-1 Mahomes over Favre.
You know what? And that's, it's probably younger people, but if you remember what Favre did back in the day, but all you have to do is you go back and watch his football life, and you go back and watch some of his things. Pat will get there eventually, but no one had more fun than Favre. And I think that was key. He won. He kept it at a high level. He was intense, but he added fun, and he kept everybody loose around him. And boy, he could spin that ball, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Favre. If you ask me 10 years from now, I'd probably say, you know what I mean?
I hope I say
Favre was just he's one of my favorites.
Hey, we got a comment. We got a comment. Robert Elsmore, Mr. Elsmore, saying A-Rod only because of J-Lo. So that's why he's picking A-Rod.
Is that Bobby Elsmore?
That's Bobby Elsmore. Turning in.
Els, we haven't even touched soccer. This is awesome.
Hey, I know. We were talking. I was talking to Bobby yesterday, and we said we got to get a little soccer on. We haven't done soccer.
Bobby Elsmore is he's the soccer guy right there. All right, Els.
All right, so I'll switch it up. I'll go to basketball. Kevin Durant or Larry Bird? Go ahead, Kurt.
Larry Bird. Tougher era. More
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bird.
Okay. Kenny?
Larry Bird's easy for me. I'm not a Durant fan.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm
going
Durant.
Durant.
Don't even ask Jim.
I'm
Don't even
taking
ask
Durant.
Jim.
You're looking at the screen. You can't even look at me right now.
Don't even ask Jim.
I'm taking Kevin Durant.
Guys, I'm going to bring in our guest, Zach. He's going to join us for a couple before we get into his UFC segment.
What's going on, Zach?
How you doing, Zach? Oh, he's on his own. Zach, how you doing?
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's up?
What up?
Brought you in to join with a couple of these.
Petro, real quick before I just want to read a comment from Will. He gave his little comments on the two. He said, Elway, Bonds, great player before roids. Brett Favre, tougher league. So those were his three.
A-Rod was a great player before roids too. Okay. Well, we're not going to backtrack. All right, Zach, I'm glad you're on. Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick?
Lamar Jackson. Again, Michael Vick had a great career, but Lamar Jackson is on pace to already do what he did and then some.
That's hard. That's the toughest
I'm biased.
one.
I'm a Ravens fan.
Kenny.
That's tough, but I'm going to go with Vic because of his VTech days. For me and Kurt used to win tons of money on him.
Okay. Kurt?
I'm going to say Vic. This is the only reason why. This is the hardest one for me because I think Lamar Jackson definitely has the potential to be better Vic. But I saw, though, that this is the only thing. They didn't have to change the offense like they did for Lamar Jackson. Vic was able to play in more of a pro offense. So I'm going to go Vic, but that's the one I'm probably going to change. I would probably change that.
Jim?
I got to overlook the dog thing because that really bothered me.
Yeah.
You know what? But you know what? Michael Vick, that was generational talent to be able to run and then throw the ball like he could. You know what? There's a guy when we all like to see if he could have kept his head on straight, right, and just had a little bit better guidance, what he could have been. I think he's one of those guys where the ceiling was definitely high on him.
I just need to see Lamar. I just need to see Lamar improve a little bit more in throwing.
And that's what the comments. That's what the comments are saying, Petro. Let's see in the upcoming years.
If he has another year like he had last year, my answer will change. But for now, I got to go with Vic, just because of what he's done, body of work.
Playoff games, Zach. For me, he's ahead of Vic as soon as he wins a playoff game or two.
Which is fair. I mean, it's fair.
We'll go a couple more. These ones should be quick ones. Steph Curry or Dwayne Wade? Zach.
I'm going Dwayne Wade. I think he had a better career. I think he was a long-term animal. I'm not going to discredit Steph Curry, but I'm going D Wade.
Okay. Kurt?
It's another tough one. That's real tough.
Petro's evil this week, huh?
You know what?
Supposed to be an
I'm
easy
gonna
one,
go.
too.
You know what? I'm gonna go Steph Curry just because I just think he's gonna end up being the best shooter ever in the NBA. But I mean,
Right.
they're two great players.
Fair.
But I would go Curry.
Fair. Kenny?
I'll go Steph Curry only because of a few weeks ago we heard Steph Curry should have been a New York Knick. So yeah, that's why Curry's got Curry's gonna have the better career.
One pick.
Okay.
Yeah,
One
Curry.
pick.
Curry got.
I'm going with Wade. Flash was just, he was a beast. All right, we'll switch
Well,
up.
hey, Petro, Will is saying this is a good one. Curry's the better shooter. Wade's the all-around better player. And that probably
Right.
is true.
I agree. That's why I'd say Wade.
Right.
Wade was a dog. He was a
wanna-
dog. He doesn't get enough respect. You know, like before LeBron got to the Heat, Wade was just, and even when LeBron was there, those two were so much fun to watch. But man, Dwayne Wade was just, he was so
Nah,
good.
he was.
Want to do two more and then we can get to
Yeah,
Zach
more
with
baseball
UFC?
players.
Yeah, I'll do a baseball one, and
Thank
then
you.
I'll do another basketball one. Let me see. Let me do a good baseball one here.
Wait, tell you what. Yeah, you really.
All right, here's a tricky one. Christian Yelich or Mookie Betts?
I go Mookie Betts.
Okay.
I do. I think he's
Kurt?
done it longer, and
I'm
I
gonna
think he's more consistent.
I'm going to go Mookie
Right.
Betts, too.
Okay. Kenny?
I'll be on board with Zach and Kurt. I'll go Mookie Betts.
Okay.
I'm a Yelich guy. You know what? I knew he was a good hitter. He just got in Miami. They expected him to be the savior, and he wasn't. He was too young. But I think when all's said and done, his career as it plays out, yeah.
Okay.
Not discredit Mookie. He's a good player.
Okay. I'm going with Mookie. That guy is special. You want to do football? Which one you guys want
Football. Do a football.
Oh,
No,
stop!
football.
Don't listen to him. Of course, he's gonna go
to do? We'll
football.
do football. All right. I'll end it on.
Do you have Broncos left tackles?
Ooh, here's this is gonna be a hot topic. This might get Kurt off. Zach, I'll start with you. Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins?
Oh, Jesus!
I'm going Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Look at Kurt. He's smoldering right now.
Kirk, who you got?
I'm taking my neighbor across the street. No, I don't know. Look, honestly, me personally, neither. But if I had to, I'm taking Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Kenny?
I'm going to agree. I'll go Kirk Cousins. I'm not
Okay.
big. I
I'm
can't.
going Dak Prescott because he deserves all the money he gets.
Stop, Jim. Stop,
I
Jim.
think he's good.
I'm going Dak Prescott just because my all-time hate for Kirk Cousins. That is the only reason why I'm going Dak Prescott.
That's
All right.
fair.
Hey, listen, the audience, Bob Caputo wants to throw a question out to you guys. You ready? He's got one of these. He's going Tiger or Jack?
Tiger, and it's not even close.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I gotta agree.
I'm with
I
you.
gotta agree. I don't think as good as I know he's trying to catch up to the majors and all that, but man, listen, Tiger for everything he did for golf as a whole, it's just an easy answer. There's no
He's
one
dominated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
long.
He made it cool. He
Yeah,
made
but-
golf cool.
Did any of us really see Jack in his prime when he was Tiger's young age? So you might want to.
And even the
I
equipment.
might lean towards Jack a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
look
going to
at the
go
drivers
Tiger
that you
because
know.
he changed the sport. I just think he changed the sport.
I always liked the first guy. Like, you know, it's the guy who came along. I give Tiger all the credit, but
Yeah,
you look at
absolutely.
even the equipment. The golf ball is different. You know, the head on the driver Jack Nicklaus used was this big. The one they use now scares the hell out of the ball. The head of the driver is that big. So the game has been changed. You know what? Both of them. But I'm going old school. I'll take Jack Nicklaus.
Zach, Gary's commenting in the comments. It says, "What's good, Zach? Usman or Masvidal?" So let's get
Yeah,
into,
let's roll right into this. Let's
By the
go.
way, this is
You wanna start with the main
segment
event? I mean-
keepers, but let's make this one. Keep this
Yeah.
one. This is a good one.
So
Good
Zach
start.
was brought on the show. Everybody, this is our UFC 251 preview. If anybody has any UFC questions, drop them in the comments, and Zach will be able to answer them. He's going to give us a couple of his picks. And
a lot of his picks we need.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
All right. I'll lead into it. We'll start with the undercard. I'm not going to go through every fight. There's about 14 or 15 fights on this card. The one to watch on the undercard, I believe, is Volkan Ozdemir and Yuri Prochazka. First time in the UFC, really good, up-and-comer. Volkan Ozdemir knocks people out left and right. If you're making me pick, I'm taking the under there, and I think it's going to be a quick fight either way. Two guys that can throw heavy hands.
Okay.
First fight on the main card is Paige Van Zandt from Dancing with the Stars and Amanda Rebus.
Jim said she's cute. She's cute.
That face shouldn't be hit.
Listen, I'm with you. But she's plus 600 this weekend against Amanda Rebus, who's 3-0 in the UFC. I'm not going to tell you to lay the 900, but I like the plus 600 on Paige Van Zandt.
That's 2 underdogs so far, everybody. I hope you're all taking this down.
I'm taking my notes, Zach. Look, I got my notebook out here.
Guys, so don't worry.
I feel like I'm with the bear tonight.
I'll find a way to bet. I can't bet in Maryland, but I'll find a way.
You guys are worse. The minute somebody comes up with information, this guy's the worst. You two are starting to get sucked into this.
Gary commented when you said Paige Van Zandt, Gary just wrote, so hot.
I mean,
and Gary's
she's
saying he needs some lunch money.
She's all team first beautiful. I mean, she's up there. Next, we have Rose Namajunas and Jessica Andrade. Very good fight. Very, very good fight. The last time they fought, Rose Namajunas was winning in the first round, and Jessica Andrade decided to pick her up and drop her on her head. Fight over, Jessica Andrade wins. Paige Van Zandt hasn't fought since then. Jessica Andrade went on to fight the champ and lose. So she hasn't fought since. Jessica Andrade is, I believe, a plus 170, plus 180 underdog. I also like her.
Woo! Woo!
I know. The train stops here, though.
Might be reeling Jim in soon. I see it.
Yeah.
The train stops here because Peter Yan and Jose Aldo are fighting for the vacant bantamweight belt. Since Henry Cejudo vacated it, it's up for grabs. Aldo's coming off of 2 losses, and Peter Yan's a monster. Aldo's plus 2 and change. I love Peter Yan. I don't think he gets out of the second round. I think he's very good. He's hands down better. I think he can really. I'm not going to discredit Aldo, but Aldo's coming down in weight, another 10 pounds down. So maybe a little bit weaker. I like Peter Yan in that fight. If you want to lay the 3+. Co-main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. A rematch. The last time both these guys fought was each other. Volkanovski won at least 3 or 4 rounds. Some people had it 4-1. Some people had it 3-2. Max Holloway has lost 2 out of 3, and it's been a long time since he's lost even a fight. So this is odd for him, odd territory. I like Max Holloway plus the 200. I think he's too good to give plus 200 to.
He's a warrior, that dude.
He's a warrior,
and
he's a
warrior.
He's a warrior. He's only 27, I believe, maybe 28 tops. And if you're giving me him plus 200, I'm taking him against anybody in that weight class.
Okay.
Then main event, Gary, here you go.
This is the big one.
On 6 days' notice, flying to Abu Dhabi to fight Kamaru Usman. Again, 2 absolute monsters. Usman ragdolled his last 2 fights. He beat Woodley in 5 rounds, all 5 straight as a challenger. Took the belt and then beat Covington pretty badly as well, broke his jaw. Now they're coming in, they're going to fight for the welterweight belt. But the BMF belt is not on the line, says Dana White. I like Jorge Masvidal plus 2 and change, and I like him to knock out, to win by knockout, plus 460. That's my shot to take, is him by knockout. I know he's a big underdog, but that you want to talk about a dog, that guy's the dog.
That guy is the definition of a dog. For anybody, I don't know if I was telling them before the panel, for anybody who doesn't follow Jorge Masvidal, just go on YouTube and watch Jorge Masvidal. He was fighting in the backyards with Kimbo Slice when Kimbo Slice was coming up. That dude, the streets raised him. His nickname is Street Jesus for a reason. He will end you. He is a dog. That dude is no joke. I'm telling you, I wanted to see him and McGregor so bad, but I honestly think McGregor wants no part of that. He does not want any part of that guy.
Nope. Anybody who's a fan of McGregor doesn't want to watch him fight that guy.
No.
Gary's agreeing with you, Zach. He's on board with you.
I think that
okay, Gary, I'm sorry.
No. I just think Jorge Masvidal's great. I think his record doesn't reflect how good he's been over the last year and a half, 2 years. He's knocked out guys like Darren Till in London. He knocked out Ben Askren with a flying knee that he practiced a week before on video.
That was so nasty. Oh my God, that knockout was sick.
I got a question for you, Zach. How would you say the overall card, though? I mean, I know it's a big but how would you rate this card? Would you say this is a must, from start to finish, this is a must-watch card on Saturday night?
I think it will be very tough for the UFC to put together a better card this year.
Wow. Okay.
Because there's lag time in between fights. These guys go through 12-week camps. Takes about 3 months. They negotiate. So you don't see guys usually more than the great fighters more than twice, maybe 3 times max a year. The good guys.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. I recommend.
Hey, Petro, Hoops doesn't even know yet, but I guess she's watching UFC on Saturday night.
I think I just showed him the flying knee knockout, but I think the best part about it is if you haven't been following these two guys, Usman and Masvidal, they hate each other. There is genuine hate and dislike.
See, that's good. When you see two guys fight that just hate each other.
If they could, I'm telling you right now, if they could just go no gloves and no rules, I'm pretty sure both of them would be absolutely fine with it, and they would go.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
I'll tell you one thing: Masvidal would, because Masvidal will fight the guy's nose off if he has to. He doesn't care.
He will. Yes, he will. And that's why I'm taking him. Plus 225.
Is this on pay-per-view or is it where?
Yes.
This is on pay-per-view.
Check it out. Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, a.k.a. Fire Stick.
Yeah.
That's the pay-per-view.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been excited, and it's cool. The island, it's got a.
This
cool
is the first
little,
time. First time. This is all meant for UFC fighters. Apparently, I don't know what in the future if there will be fans allowed, but I know that from what I read and what I've heard from some of these journalists, there's everything there from hotels, from restaurants, I'm sure you guys have all seen the picture of the octagon on the beach. That's a training facility. So these guys can train outside overlooking the ocean, like the water. It's unbelievable. They created a city. It's pretty much like a campus, if you will.
Zach, if you can hang on for 1 second with us, I know it's 9 o'clock, but I want to ask Jim a question. And it has to kind of do like we were talking before about the Ivy League canceling the fall season. And we kept talking about how NBA and MLB. What do you think? Do you think those sports look at UFC and even WWE and stuff and say they're doing this? It's physical. I mean, they're not wearing masks like the guys in the in the octagon and in the ring. So do you think MLB and for them to say we can't do this and then they turn around and say, well, how's UFC doing it? I know it's
less moving parts. I mean, you talk about a major league, baseball, just them going to do summer camp at Yankee Stadium. You know what? The personnel, you got 200 people in the stadium, just personnel and groundskeeping crew. It's a bigger circle that you really have to, as far as keeping everybody on the watch as opposed to this. It was funny. I was watching the other day. I saw this stuff coming up, and I'm not a big UFC guy. We'll talk about it once in a while. I was flicking through the internet the other day. What is this new thing where guys stand and slap each other in the face? Have you guys seen that on the internet?
I have. I think it's from Russia, to be completely honest.
What the hell is that? These guys stand across the table. I thought they were going to arm wrestle. The one guy stands there, he starts flexing. Another guy puts a little powder on his hand. Whack! And he hits the guy.
Those Chechen guys, they're just crazy.
It's military stuff.
It's until the first guy goes down. So the next guy puts a little powder in his hand. Whack! Hits the guy. They're going back and forth. I'm like, wow, I thought the UFC thing, these guys are open hand. Then about the third hit, one guy just boom, down,
Yeah.
out. The other guy raises his hand, walk around. I'm like, what is this, like professional bitch slapping? You know what? And nobody went with the
Exactly what it
backhand.
is.
You know, everybody's just jacking each other up, but they're powdering up and getting themselves all ready, fucking cranking up on people.
All right,
People will watch anything.
Next question for the panel. I'll ask all you guys, okay? I know, Zach, you're a big UFC guy. Petro, you're a UFC guy. But if you could take, like, this is the main event I want, whether it was like McGregor or whoever. But if you could get a top-of-the-notch UFC fight, or if you got two ridiculous boxers, like Tyson and his prime versus like that number 1 and 2 contender, what would you rather take, a UFC or a boxing match?
Right? Hey, Kurt, what happens if we threw the other one in there, like those backyard fights that Kimbo Slice used to do?
Oh, throw that in there too.
Two guys walk in the backyard, they take their shirt off, they throw their money to their handler. Let's go. They just start having at each other.
But what are you taking?
Tyson do.
What are you taking, Jim?
I think.
Zach, go ahead. What are you taking?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I would take UFC. I know I'm a fan, but it's a little bit more organized. I mean, the dirty boxing and stuff you can do, but there's some stuff that's illegal that you really don't want done, even in a street fight.
Jim?
Now, how about that though? Imagine you're in the backyard and you're ready to fight somebody. You see Mike Tyson come in. You're fucking hopping over. You're hopping over the fence in the backyard.
I'm out before he gets in there.
Guy comes in. I don't care how old he is, man. You're like, hold on a second. I'm over the fence.
By the way, did you guys see the report
Oh,
about Mike Tyson? How he said he was like high and stoned while he was filming the Hangover movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't even know he was in the movie. He didn't even remember agreeing to it. It's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't go near that guy now, man.
No.
Zach, before you get off, give us your we're doing an interactive topic. Give us your Mount Rushmore of candy/candy bars.
Candy/candy bars. Okay. Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
Twix. Big Twix guy. Peanut M&Ms. And it's got to be Milky Way.
Okay. All good. All acceptable answers.
I got one final question for Zach. If you can only bet one person on this card, I want your absolute best bet. $100, no.
Who's your lock?
Anymore. Who is your lock?
I picked 5 guys who are
putting you on the spot.
Wait a minute. Before Zach answers, I'm just going to say this. The last person on this panel, we had Chris the Bear Felica, and he gave us the winner of the damn Belmont. So you better be on like the Bear was on.
Wow.
When Kenny says lock, Kenny wants a damn lock.
All right, I'm going with Jorge Masvidal. I think it's his time. 6 days notice. The last 2 times I watched fights that were very short notice, Conor McGregor got choked out by Nate Diaz on 11 days notice, and Michael Bisping knocked out Luke Rockhold for the middleweight belt on 2 or 3 weeks notice. I'm going with Jorge Masvidal to shock the world on Saturday.
All right. Love it.
Kurt, guys, while you all are listening.
Love it.
Thank you, Zach. If Kurt does not get PayPal or Venmo, so I can send him money because there's no gambling in Maryland over here.
I got you.
I'm not coming on the show next week. He better Venmo or PayPal so I can send him money for that bet. I'm telling you, you better.
Oh, come on.
That was good. Thanks,
Thank you, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Until next time, Zach.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
Later.
All right, he was good. That's what we need. We need a UFC guy because I don't know anything about it.
Kurt, you and I, nothing.
I don't
Kurt,
know.
you're gonna start watching that slapping. Dude, I tell you what, pop up a couple videos of that.
I might.
These guys
put their blind glasses on, blind leading the blind.
Kenny. By the way, Beelan's saying send it to me, buddy. So you got Beelan.
Kurt can't pay anything till he pays his fantasy dues. Hey, the commissioner of our league finally dropped the hammer.
No, I got a surprise for you, Jim. A major surprise. And I don't know if it's going to be this weekend. You're going to see a K&K short of me driving down to Lavalette paying them so I don't have to hear this anymore.
Oh, in front of the Colonial Bakery in Lavalette?
Yeah, paying in front of the Colonial Bakery. Live video. I'm going to go live.
Venmo. There's a thing called PayPal.
I don't have Venmo. I don't even know if Jen has Venmo.
I'm telling you. Petro just pulled up a video of these guys. First of all, they have no necks. But a guy, I think you got like 5 seconds after you get slapped in the face. You guys got to pull this up.
Yeah, Slap Olympics. Good stuff. Great.
All right,
Fantastic.
all right,
And
Petro,
big
real
price
quick,
for Russia.
Petro, I want to give you some Mount Rushmores. I've been taking notes here. You ready?
Okay.
Zoli, 100 grand, Almond Joy, Heath Bar, and Twizzlers. John Piedmont, whatchamacallit, Reese's Peanut Butter, Kit Kats, Mr. Good Bar. Will Cologne,
Yes.
Snickers Bar, what is it? Snickers, M&M's, Peanut Butter, Reese's, 100 grand bar. Gary Giordano, Mr. Good Bar. I can't read my own handwriting. Is that bad or what? Hold on. I don't want to mess up on Giordano, so let me get his official
Brand is
ones.
getting a lot of play.
Giordano, Mr. Good Bar, Goobers, Hershey Bar with peanuts, and M&M's.
Let's do ours real quick, Kurt, and then let's do because we're a couple minutes behind, but then let's do our little promo after that, and we'll get into the next hour.
All right, go ahead. Who wants to go first?
I'll start. I got Kit Kat is my favorite all time. Hershey Almond, nobody said that. I love that candy bar. Almond Joy and Caramello. That's another one I love.
Oh, caramel.
There it is.
Caramel's good stuff. I'll go mine. I have I think I'm the first one saying a non-chocolate Swedish Fish.
That's good.
All time.
You have the tropical one, Petro? The tropical ones are amazing.
I'm a classic Swedish guy. If you know why, is because Swedish Fish literally has its own flavor. There's nothing else. It's not cherry. It's not raspberry. Swedish Fish tastes just like Swedish Fish. So I'm going Swedish Fish, Twix bar, peanut M&Ms, and Take 5 bar. Take 5 bar is like the best combination of everything. It's pretzel, chocolate,
Jersey, right?
chocolate, peanuts, peanut butter, and caramel.
And Petro, Gary's saying Petro is all sweets, no chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a chocolate guy. I'm like I love the an honorable mention. It was almost got on there was the the Sour Patch watermelons. The Sour Patch watermelons. Oh my God, they're the best.
You have Rita's, right? Rita's Italian Ices.
Yeah.
They got Swedish fish flavor. Yeah.
And it tastes exactly like
it does.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear Jim's and Kurt's.
Oh, mine's just old school. It's Three Musketeers.
I'd like to hear the old school stuff.
It's Three Musketeers, Milky Way, Almond Joy, and the Caramello is one of my favorite because there's no way you can't eat that thing clean. The Caramello.
No.
Yeah, you can't.
Once
it always pulls apart.
You're just best throwing it right in the pie hole and just let it go because otherwise you're wearing half of it.
And how that caramel stays so soft,
See, that's scary. That's scary right there. Whoever said the Reese's peanut butter, not in the freezer, in the fridge, needs to be lightly chilled. You don't want to eat it like it's a hockey puck. All right, that's a Bill Gallagher and a Mr. Gallagher used to argue about the Reese's peanut butter cups because they used to hide it in the freezer. Right, think it's out like a hockey puck. Fridge, nice and chilled. You're not going to break any teeth. Pro tip right there.
Gag, Kurt.
All right.
Oh, this ought to be good.
I'm going to read John Beelan's first because I don't want to lose his on the screen. He's going Kit Kat, Reese's, Caramello, and Clark Bar. Better than a Butterfinger.
Clark Bar. Remember some of those things like Mary Jane's and Bit O' Honey? They're like nasty old people, like your grandfather give you one.
Wait. I got to ask Beelan a question.
Yo, those things.
All right, I know you probably went there. Did Beelan ever go to Cahalia's for some of those stale Clark bars?
That's by the Little League field, wasn't it?
Candy store in Northfield, guys, and the audience listed it. And he used to have all old expired stuff. I could tell you stories about this.
And you still bought it.
Yeah. Not me.
Beelan lived up that way, so I wonder if he ever went to Cahalia's or if he was already gone when John was growing up.
Jim, I'm going to shock you with my list because it's honestly a normal, boring list. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, I'll end with this one, but I'm going to go Milky Way. There's a frozen milk. I have a Milky Way in the freezer as we speak. Hershey's, a regular Hershey bar, Reese's Pieces, and you know what, Petro? I got to steal your thunder and take yours. The Swedish Fish are just out of control.
The Swedish Fish was on there for Kurt.
You know what, Petro? The Swedish Fish, Rita's Italian Ices. I had Jen try it one time. She was like, I think she spit it out. She's like, this is like straight sugar. But you know what? Oh, it was good.
Swedish fish. I have so when I played Little League at the snack stand, they would sell 25-cent bags of Swedish fish. It was literally they would take 25 Swedish fish and put it in a little plastic bag. So in my back pocket while I was playing, it was a surprise. I was either pulling out just seeds, I was pulling out just Swedish fish, or I was pulling out a little bit of both, and I was getting sweet and savory going on the baseball field. So that's just a memory in my head.
You just gave me a great idea. The next Mount Rushmore, flavors of sunflower seeds. Because there used to be one, and now, if you guys seen
best combo with barbecue,
pickle, ranch,
barbecue and ranch combined is the best combo of sunflower seeds you will ever do. I'm telling you.
Just talking about this the other day. They got Taco Bell flavored sunflower seeds and cheeseburger flavored sunflower.
They're probably delicious.
You know what? I don't know if I could buy into that.
No,
that's Chris Schul just commented yours. Jim said it before. Fun dip.
Yeah,
fun dip. Remember fun dip? You take the little stick out, you lick it, you dunk it in.
Your whole mouth is the color of what you were dipping into.
And then you ate that thing, whatever was left, you ate it. It was just like, that was like a big treat, like to get that back in the day of fun dip.
Snickers ice cream bar too. That thing is awesome.
Kurt, you want to do our promo?
Yeah, I'm going to do a promo real quick.
Hey, Kurt, what are we going to do when we got sports to talk about?
I know. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We got to work this agenda.
8 hours. 2 hours for each of us.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. So just so, Petro, if you could show Mr. Sickinger over there, I'm going to post this up on Facebook.
Oh, here we go.
Jenny Hoops did the top is our new business cards. The top is the top photo is the top of the card. The bottom is the bottom of the card with all our information. We're going to start handing them out. We are starting now getting some sponsors. So we're going to start passing them around. If anyone listening wants to do a little sponsorship with us or knows of anyone who we can go get, it would be awesome. So we're going to start passing these cards out. Jenny Hoops did a nice job with Vistaprint. They did she took a nice little template, put us in, and we'll start giving those, we'll start handing out those cards ASAP. So,
Very cool.
That's it.
Awesome. Hey, Kurt, you know what our next show should be? Me finally getting on Facebook. We should do it live.
You know what?
Well, we got Monday. Monday is our fantasy baseball draft. Also, guys.
Okay.
Monday 8:30. It's online. We can maybe, if we want, we can do maybe we can make that.
Killing me. I'm going to be at work. I'm going to have to pre-record all my guys.
I can move it to. Do you work Tuesday night?
Monday and Tuesday, but we could. I could do it any daytime or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So what we'll do is we'll move it to Thursday.
We're coming at you.
We'll move it to Thursday, and what we'll do is we'll make that our YouTube short. We'll do it on Zoom, but we'll still do it from the computer.
Okay.
And we'll make that our YouTube short.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
By the way, Petro, a couple Gary saying JSI carding great sponsors. Then he's saying, P.S. I want in on the next slumber party if this is going to be a regular thing with you two. Tired of typing comments, can show off this radio face.
Each week you can have an extra person free there, Jim.
There you go.
I got an idea. Let's keep the candy thing going. Let's keep the candy thing going for the second hour.
Wait a minute, Kenny. One more second. Hold on, Kenny. Before I want to get into this, can we, Petro, please? I want to do this live. Creating Jim the Facebook page. We got to do this live. We could Google Meet it, share the screen. We could get this done. We can select his pictures for him. I mean, that would be like monumental.
This would be epic. There's money out there, I think.
Let's do it.
Family and friends that I would never get this done.
Let's do it.
But I see the way this is going now. Like, he's got his little phone down here. This is why this guy's so smart. He's got like 18 different things going right now. I could barely navigate one screen. I got a damn mouse here.
But I never lose focus.
Never. I lose focus. The minute somebody tweets me something or sends me a text message, I'm done.
And we got to get a hashtag. We got to get a hashtag going when he gets Facebook.
It's bad.
All right. What do you got, Kenny? Sorry about that. What do you got?
All right, we're getting to the second hour now. Two things. We got a second giveaway, and then which is a trivia question, and then our second question, which also has to do with the audience towards our question. We want our audience to be a huge part of our show, obviously, each and every week. That's what makes this show unique. We want you to be interactive with us. So this second question for the audience, we want to know what you would like to see the four of us do in a YouTube short. Just throw topics out towards Kurt in the comments. Kurt will write them down, and we'll make sure we get them on the air for you.
What
Sports related.
The four of us can do?
The two of us, four of us, whatever they want to see us do on a YouTube short.
Nathan's hot dog eating contest
with Kurt.
Yes. and then for our giveaway.
That's good. That's good.
Our giveaway is going to be, we'll tell them what it's going to be after, but it's a very, very simple question. We want to know, first response, it's going to be who gets to type the fastest. Who's the only panelist that does not live in New Jersey? Who's the only host? First answer gets to host another YouTube short with the four of us. We're still waiting for Gary and Jim and Petro, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna do that this weekend.
Okay, perfect.
Like I said, we want you all to be part of our show. So we'll do these YouTube shorts with you all. You all can join us and be part of our show.
Love it.
And speaking of that, go and subscribe to the K&K Sports Show.
Hey, they really got to be a good listener. Not only, well, you're going to eliminate two people because we're in the same. But what state does that person live in? They have to be a follower of the show.
Okay. I was just saying, whoever's listening should say, if they were listening to the UFC segment, I mentioned it.
All right, so hold on, because you know what, Jim? This is going to be up to you. I got 3 answers right now, but I just got names. Do you want me to go with that first winner, or do you want the state also?
I want the state.
Okay.
State. That means somebody's actually listening to our damn show.
All right, so here we go.
We may have to give 2 away. We may have to give 2 away, but we'll see.
Let's see. I hope maybe the same guy's going to
They all kind of came in at the same time.
You know what? Zoli got.
Oh, there you go. There it is. I saw it. Chris
Zoli
Schul.
got it?
Chris Schul.
Oh, Chris Schul got it. Chris Schul got it.
Okay, good. Chris, you get to do a YouTube short with us.
There you go, Shooby-Doo.
Guys, start throwing those topics out because we want your ideas, what you want to see. Throw those YouTube
Chris,
topics
we'll do
out.
it on the golf course.
Thielen said, I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want it.
You know what? That's just sour grapes, John. Come on.
What's next year?
Kenny's
Well, we
top
got
10.
top 10. Gonna do it a little different, guys. It's very simple, but I'm gonna go the 3 of you. I'm gonna have one for each of you. You're gonna play along with the audience. For Kurt, it's gonna be a Bronco question. For Petro, it's gonna be a Redskin question. For Jim, it's gonna be a Chief question. So I'll start with Kurt since he's got the audience with him right there. A Bronco question for him and the audience. I want the top 10. This is going to be a fun one. I want the top 10 ranked quarterbacks in Broncos history.
All right.
Elway, go with the easy ones first. You can go with the easy ones first. I'll give you 3 strikes.
Okay. Elway.
Elway's number 1.
Manning.
148 wins. This is wins.
Oh, wins.
I meant to say top 10 winningest quarterbacks in Bronco history.
All right. Elway, Manning.
That's number 2. You can go to the audience too, see if they're typing in.
Jake Plummer.
Number 4.
Craig Morton.
Number 3. Now, it's going to start getting hard.
Brian Greasy.
Number 5. He's not even looking at for the audience.
Tripucka.
Tripucka's number 10 with 13.
People are telling him in his ear, take the earphones off, you cheater.
Well, let me tell you how many wins they have. Well, you're going so fast. Tripucka's number 10 with 13 wins.
Okay, I got the audience. Help me out here. Jay Cutler.
Cutler, yes. Number 7. You got 3 more left. They're hard. I'll tell you that right now. They're hard.
Oh, now he's going to get them.
No,
they're hard. I'll give you that.
It's not Tebow because it was definitely not Tebow.
13 somebody more than 13 wins. I'll give you that hint. 13 or more wins.
Kyle Orton?
No, that's 1 strike. That's a good guess, though. I will tell you this. You should know one from recent 2000 era, like played in the last 10 years.
Oh, Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian, 13, number 9. The other 2 played in the 70s. They're hard.
I'm not going to know that.
You going to give up?
Yeah, what is it?
Charlie Johnson had 20, and Ramsey had 14.
Okay, by the way, we got 2 YouTube short requests, guys. We got best touchdown celebrations.
It's a good one.
And then we got a slap fight. That's Robert Elsmore.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, you don't want these mixed happening. I'm telling you right now.
So for me, look, I can't. I'm in Maryland. That's on them 3 guys. Unless
I
you all
got some big ass heads. You don't want it.
Hey, no, I got to get – listen, since I can't have Kenny, we'll get Verrilli in there. Really, I'm making an all-out brawl.
let Jen beat you up, Kurt. I want Jen to beat you up. I want to see Jenny beat you up.
Oh, God. All right, that was tough. That was good, though.
I got it. Yeah, these are good ones. I got one for Petro now in the audience. I got the top 10 running backs for him in Redskins history.
For Redskins?
Yes.
All right, we'll go John Riggins.
John Riggins is number 1.
Clinton Portis.
Number 2. Very good.
Stephen Davis.
Number 5.
Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting the one. Charlie Taylor.
What was that?
Taylor. What was his first name? Charlie Taylor. I'm sorry.
I don't have Taylor on there. I got a current. He's still playing in the NFL today. He might be on the Redskins. He might not be.
Adrian Peterson.
Yep.
Try and think after Steven.
There's a couple hard ones. I'll give you a hint on this one. This guy played for the Redskins and Cowboys.
Played for the Redskins and the Cowboys. Alfred Morris. Can't believe I forgot him.
Kurt left. I don't have the audience helping you. Kurt only gets to help for the audience when it's him. The other ones are old. There's one guy that played in the 80s against Kurt's Broncos. And he also played on the Browns. Probably played in that Super Bowl against them. But he was on the Browns as well. Might be a little before you. Kurt, do you know that?
Say that again?
Running back who played on the Browns against your Broncos.
Ernest Biner?
Yes, number 6.
Yeah, I'm out.
The other ones are really hard. They're in the 70s.
I'm out after that. After the guys I named, I'm out.
If your dad's listening, maybe he might know.
My dad's sleeping. He works nights during the week.
See, I did that. I was going to see how many he can get. Larry Brown played from 70 to 74.
Wait a minute, Kenny. Wait a minute. With Jeremy Gorin saying no Fat Rob? Who's that?
No. Definitely not.
Who is that?
No Fat Rob. He was Fat Rob. Was he not Oklahoma? That was Piron. It wasn't. No, Fat Rob's definitely not on there.
I don't know who Fat Rob.
I don't even remember his last name.
How about Kelly? Jeremy, is there a Kelly?
Rob Kelly, right? Rob Kelly or something like that.
I don't know.
What about George Rogers?
George Rogers, number 10. Good. Jim.
Wow, good one, Jim.
The other
What
2.
What college did he go to?
LSU?
South Carolina. He was number 38. That was a weird running back.
By the way, guys, Kenny, we got another short request. Best WWE entrance songs.
Oh yeah.
You're writing them down, right, Kurt?
I'm writing them down. Yes, I am. I got 3 of them already.
Including the slap fight?
I got slap fight, best touchdown celebration, and best WWE entrance songs.
And W.O. Hogan, Voodoo Child. There's no other.
The last 2 I don't know. Jim, do you know these? I'm just saying, Jim, you know these names? Joe Washington?
Yes.
Number
He
7.
went to Oklahoma.
And Terry Allen was number 8.
Terry Allen, yep.
I was hoping.
Oh, Terry Allen. Terry Allen was good. I remember Terry Allen. Okay.
I was hoping Petro's dad would have been on to get some of the older ones there, so that backfired. Last one I got for Jim.
Got it.
I went on and found the top 10 Chiefs ranked all-time Chiefs ranked. Could be a current player. I'll give you that hint. I'll even give you the hint. There's 2 current players on this list.
It's interesting. Let me check my mind for a second. All right.
By the way, Jim, hold on one sec. Gary Giordano saying, Petro, you're going to be mad when you see who you forgot.
Yeah, I think he might be talking about Alfred Morris. I can't believe I forgot. I had to get help with that. That was my guy. He had such a good touchdown celebration too. The The bat.
He was a beast on the
He
bat.
was a beast.
And we
He
got
was a
another,
beast.
guys, we got another request for a short. We have best WWE entrance songs and best WWE finishing moves.
RKO, no question about it.
That's a good one, too.
Now,
I have
I'll
no
go
idea what you guys are
further.
talking about.
People that are requesting these YouTube shorts, if they want to join, especially the one who did the slap fight, if that person wants to join for the slap fight,
You know who the slap fight is, Jim? That's Elsmore is requesting
Is
the
it?
slap fight. Yeah.
There we go, Elsie. Old school corny. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
all join us for the YouTube shorts with your requests.
You want my
Top
top
10
10
all
Chiefs?
time.
What kind of order you want them in?
Yeah, you're cheating over there.
What do you mean I'm cheating? My hands are right here.
Anyway,
Johnny Robinson,
number 10,
Buck Buchanan,
number 9,
Willie Lanier,
Peter Lanier, number 8,
Lenny Dawson,
Lenny Dawson, number 7,
Travis Kelce,
maybe.
Bobby Bell, Will Shields, offensive lineman, Derek Thomas, number 2, Pat Mahomes, number 1.
And you missed number 4.
Did I? Hold on, let me go back, check my mind for a second.
Yeah, check that paper, baby.
Tony Gonzalez. What? I don't even have my cheaters on. For God's sake.
You won by default. And who knew the team? Who knew their team the best? So
Come on, that was easy.
I think it's a tie between Kurt and Petro.
That's, you know what? That's an insult.
I think
I ran the table. Oh, Kurt runs the table on trivia. Everybody thinks he's like, you know.
I think you would.
Powerful Oz.
I think Jim. I did the top 10. I thought you would have gotten mostly all of them, if not all of them. I thought that was a good, easy list out of the 3.
He ain't running the table tonight, Kurt.
Kurt is going down.
We getting into that right now?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel as confident tonight. I don't know why.
You shouldn't, because the Wolves are out right now. People are texting us questions because they've you know what's your cockiness, Kurt?
All right, I got a question. I have a question, and since they are, what if we up the ante a little bit and we could take any comment that you got from the audience and add a 4th one? Well, is that fair?
A 4th question?
You can ask a 4. Like you ask one, Kenny asked one, Petro asked one, and then you just said you get tons of text messages.
From the audience.
We'll throw one from the audience. So I get 4
this
shots.
one doesn't count. If you get this right, though, this doesn't count for the food bet, though.
Yeah. It's a practice one.
Okay. All right.
When are we doing this now?
Right now.
Right now. This is the audience one, so this isn't Jim.
This is the audience one. This was sent in by our good friend Chris Schul.
Okay.
Winner of a dozen golf balls, a short. Pretty much winning everything right now. Kurt, you ready? For those who don't know, this is called Stump Kurt if you haven't been listening. We get to ask Kurt only questions that revolve around the New York Knicks and the Denver Broncos. If all 3 people on the panel stump Kurt, he has to eat a Rutt's Hut hot dog with mustard and the relish from Rutt's Hut. That will also be filmed by me because I'm going because I want to see him throw up in the parking lot. All right? And Kurt's, and surprisingly so, each week we think we've had him. You know what? His wife is secretly upstairs watching this right now because she wants to see this too.
She does.
But you know what? The funniest part? You know, it's the fist pumping. You know, it's the this, the that, the pounding in the chest. You should be humble when you. That's why everybody's coming after you.
I know, and I don't know. I got a bad feeling about tonight.
Oh, you
I'm
shouldn't.
not gonna lie.
All right, who's the only Nick, not in the Hall of Fame, who is in the top 5 all time in minutes played with the Knicks? Who's the only Nick, not in the Hall of Fame, who's in the Knicks' top 5 minutes played for the New York Knickerbockers?
Charles Oakley.
Ooh. Hey, Chris Schul, thanks for sending that question in. I swear to God, there's people telling him this shit in his earphones. I'm telling you.
Oh, you gotta be joking. Who's telling me that? Oh,
get the earpiece out. You got an earpiece in there,
I just
too.
did.
You got an IBC in there.
All right. Who wants to go first tonight?
All right, Schul.
Got him.
Now I got my own question.
All right, I always close it. You beat me, so I'll go first tonight.
Get it, Petro. Go, go, go.
You might have to say it a little louder because now without the headphones, it's hard to hear it.
Oh, put the headphones on.
All right,
Put the headphones on for the question. You ready?
Hey, wait, stop. Before you start, Do we have a time limit on this?
Yes.
Because last week he took about a minute.
Yes, I'm going as soon as my question is done. I'm set. I'm doing a timer for 30 seconds.
By
You
the
got
way,
30
Chris
seconds.
Schul is now saying, "Wow, I bow."
No, don't do that, Shuby. You know what we need? We got to bring our production value up a little bit. We need the Jeopardy song going on during this.
All right, let's start it off, Petro. Let's go, baby.
All right. So as soon as I'm done reading the question, I'm starting the timer. You got 30 seconds. All right. The Knicks have 3 players that won the Sixth Man of the Year. Name me all 3.
Jamal Crawford, John Starks, and Nate Robinson.
Wow, that was pretty good, Kurt. You got one of them.
Really?
Yeah!
What? Who'd I get, Nate? No, I got Starks, right? Oh, no. It was Mason. It was Mason.
It was Anthony Mason.
John Stark.
And who
I
played
thought, I thought for sure you would have gotten this one. I thought this one was the gimme.
Played at St. Benedict's.
Who?
Come on. He still hasn't put his shirt on. J.R. Smith, man.
Oh, he did. That's in 2013. He did it in 2013,
All right,
right?
guys. Listen up. Started it off good. All right? I'm back on the winning streak. I'm back on the winning streak.
I like it.
Listen to me. I got a leadoff double, okay? I need a sacrifice fly, and I need a hit to bring me home.
Kenny.
Go ahead, Jim.
Over.
All right, let's go.
I'm sending Petro a message to see if he thinks he'll get this one.
Oh, my God. Now he's asking questions.
I got you.
I got three questions here. I want to ask. I know one's I'm gonna find out which one to send.
Ricky's joining us. He said at a bad time.
Who did?
Ricky. He said I'm joining at a bad time. LOL. Because it's
Sure
question
Rick.
time.
All right. So Kurt is 0 for 1. Kurt, here's my question. What school has produced the most NBA draft picks in Knicks franchise history?
What school? I'm taking a shot with this. Kentucky.
Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
What was it?
St. John's.
Are you serious?
St. John's.
Kentucky was third.
Third. North Carolina second.
How many St. John's?
It's only a percentage. It was broken down by 100%. St. John's has produced 33.8%.
How many picks though? That's it. See, that question. Who has the most players? That's how I answered it. I don't know if that's correct or not.
Well, yeah, they got the highest percentage.
They got the highest
Of course
percentage,
they
so
got the
they
most
have-
players.
You sure?
You're a math teacher. Is that a legit question?
Hold on. I got to look into this.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Of course, it's not a fair question, Jim.
No,
because
not that it's not a fair. It's a fair question. I just want to see. Because he said percentage.
I got my guy on it right now.
Can I bring in a ringer?
No ringer.
Teddy.
No ringer.
Come on, Teddy, you're good.
Tell Petro to check his phone. I think that's my best of the three.
I got to see about that question now. I got to see about that.
What do you have to see?
What school had the most? St. John's had the most?
Yes.
Yeah, 33% of all the Knicks draft picks have been by St. John's players.
33%? That's high.
Listen.
So the Knicks had the most. The Knicks took players from St. John's the most out of every team?
Out of every college.
Mark Jackson.
Every college.
Mark Jackson. Who else is that? Mark
You said
Jackson.
one. Hold
Knicks have been around
on.
a long
Hold
time.
on. I got to
Go
look this
back
up.
to the old days. They probably drafted a lot.
All right, I got to look
Hold
that
on,
up.
my
I'm
math
not
teacher.
sure.
Chris Schultz said, fair question. Tell Kurt to suck it. No, he didn't. I threw that in there at the end. He said, fair question.
All right, I guess I'll take it.
Schultz a man of integrity.
I will.
Oh, is it the most players?
All I may have to ask this question, guys. I don't have anything else.
You look up this
15,
question.
you know what? 15 players. 15 players, Jim.
I think because he's on the ropes, I think he may.
Yeah. That'll be a good one. Go ahead.
So this is it. This is for the Ruts Hut hot dog.
And I got a surprise.
I don't have a good feeling.
And if Johnny's listening, go to Ruts Hut, John, and get it for him tonight before 10 o'clock.
No, not tonight.
All right, Kurt.
Next Wednesday.
Who scored the last points in the drive game?
I'm not going to get suckered into this question. Who won the game? It could be. It doesn't have to be a receiver, or a quarterback, or a running back. Correct? It could be.
Who scored the last points in the drive game?
Oh my God.
Rich Carlis.
Wow.
And we survive again. We survive again because he's on that wall somewhere, isn't he? On the wall.
Yeah, see, he's got everything on the wall. That's why he wants us to ask the question.
I'm sorry, he's not on the wall. Oh, he's on the wall.
He's with Jen all day.
Yeah.
Down to the basement all night.
Yeah.
He's studying all day and night.
What do you got? Give me a bonus one, Petro, for next week. Let's see if you would have got me with another one. But it's official.
A bonus question?
Well, no, this is it's over now. So I got Kenny again. Jim's quiet there. Jim's nice and quiet.
All right. I got somebody
Jim,
coming
you
in
know
for
what? You know what though,
opening.
Jim? You know what though, Jim? I'm such a St. John's fan. I'm disappointed I didn't know that answer. That's
Kurt,
on me.
When you were hesitating,
John wants to
hesitating there, I thought you had it.
Pat Mahomes. I got John in the waiting room. He wants to talk about Pat Mahomes.
Well, what's the next question? Give me another question. Let's go, Petro.
Hey,
What do you
who's
got?
the first Nick player to have his number retired?
The first Nick?
Yes.
Wow.
I should have gave Kenny this one.
I got two more. I want to see if he knew these fucking two. Excuse me.
Hey,
How mad
is that
I am.
house?
How mad I am. Bleep.
Kurt, who was the first Nick to have his jersey retired?
It wasn't Frazier, was it? It had to be somebody older than Frazier. I don't know. I would say Frazier, but I'm wrong on that, I think.
Willis Reed.
Ooh.
Kurt, who is known as the Snow Goose?
The what?
Which Bronco was known as the Snow Goose?
Snow Goose?
Damn, I would have. I know which way to go with him now, boys.
I got another one. Which one of the following Knicks franchise record is not held by Patrick Ewing? Blocks, points scored, total rebounds, or offensive rebounds? Which one's not held by Ewing?
Say them again?
Offensive rebounds, blocks, points scored, total rebounds. Which one of these is not held by Ewing?
I'm going to say offensive rebounds.
That was correct. Yeah, Oakley, right? I believe so. Oakley.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got to look at
By
percentages.
the way,
Hang on.
Zoli is saying Kenny is getting sour again. So close.
It is like
You don't know who the Snow Goose is on your Denver Broncos.
Snow
Who
Goose?
was nicknamed the Snow Goose?
no idea.
I'm going to
I
say.
know which way to go with you now.
Who is it?
Carl Mecklenburg.
What are you going to go? Nicknames? Come on. I got
Wow.
you again, Kenny. I got you
That
again,
was a
baby.
slap in the face right there.
I got him again.
You'll know this one because it's stats, and Jenny Hoops said that's all you do with her is talk about stats. Who holds the team record 499 yards in a single game?
Total yards?
Quarterback. Passing yards.
Peyton
You tell me
Manning.
you don't know the huh?
Peyton Manning. I don't know.
Oh, my God, guys. Jake Plummer.
Doesn't
You
matter.
know what, Kenny? Kenny. No good tonight, buddy.
No good for Kenny.
Not a good night, but
We haven't.
how's the nickname not a fair question?
No, I didn't say it's not a fair question. I said, what are you going to get me with nicknames? I'll be ready for your nicknames. Don't worry. I'm just saying I'll be ready for your nicknames.
I can't believe he didn't know that was 99.
Jim, survive and advance. Go through again. Another Wednesday.
Kurt, you know what? I know where to go now. I figured out the path.
I jumped the gun on Petro's. I honestly, I don't think I would have known. What was it again? It was Mason and Starks. I don't know why I kept thinking
J.R.
Jamal.
Smith.
I don't know why I
Starks
kept
and
thinking
J.R.
Jamal Crawford.
That would
No, that's a good.
That's
That's a good. That's a good guess.
Yeah,
though.
I was.
He might have won 6 man with the.
He
when
did.
went to
He
Atlanta,
won
right?
6 man with other teams.
I'm pretty sure Jamal Crawford was a starter on the Knicks, though, wasn't he? I don't think he was a 6 man for the Knicks.
Yeah, he started. You're right.
He started for the Knicks.
Right, Atlanta. I think when you went to Atlanta.
No, Clippers. Was it Clippers?
All right.
He
So
went
what do
to
we
Atlanta. He
got
bounced
here,
around.
Kenny? What's going on?
Let's do a little open agenda. Anybody in the audience?
Well, we got
have any
Jim. We got
topics?
Jim's segment too. Jim, what do you want? You got anything tonight, Mister?
No, we're good. Let's just go. Let's go right into it.
All right, we'll bring in John for a couple minutes to talk about Mahomes, and then anybody in the audience who wants to ask us questions.
Well, yeah,
we'll
we
start-
got somebody from the audience. Chris Schul's asking when there's going to be a monument of me with the questions. Kenny, we're going to put that in Maryland for you.
Get out of here.
Stop it. There's the monument's right in front
But
of
Jim,
him.
you know what the best part is, Jim? I'm going to be honest. The best part is the guy that couldn't close it out was Mr. Kirkpatrick. That's what makes this whole thing is Kirkpatrick couldn't close it out.
We got right to the ninth inning. We went to the bullpen. Kenny,
Our fantasy guy is here, Mr. Johnny Beelan.
Yeah, look, Kenny has no answer tonight, guys. He has no answer.
You know what that was like? I had 3 questions, and that's like the catcher throwing the one, and you're like, you're shaking him off. And you shake him off the hand. No, and he's throwing that fastball. Don't throw the curveball. No, I wanted to throw the curveball, and you hit it out of the park. Kudos to you. You got the right one out of the 3.
Yes, I did.
I guess I threw the wrong pitch.
All right, what we got, Mr. Kirkpatrick? Go ahead.
Johnny wanted to talk a little Pat Mahomes, I think, and maybe some Dak Prescott with us.
What do you
Turned
got?
his beard up, looking solid there, John.
You got the Chiefs guy there. What do you think about the Mahomes?
Yeah, what do you got with the Mahomes?
I mean, listen, it's a solid deal for the Chiefs. Short run, I think long run's going to probably hurt him a little bit, but his deal, Petro, his deal is actually getting voided. His rookie deal.
So it's not going to be.
No, it's not finalized yet, but it's supposed to after this year. This year is going to be his rookie deal. It's going to go, and then 2021 is when the contract goes in. So pretty much they split it. It's pretty much a 6-year contract with a 4-year option for each one of those years to be an option, which is pretty crazy to think about it, but it's no different than any other 10-year contract that you've seen out there with, like, you know, Michael Vick or Brett Favre or all those type of guys. Like, they were really never 10-year contracts. They make them look like 10-year contracts.
But John, go ahead, Kenny.
Oh, no. You asked John, then I got a debatable topic for the 5 of us.
All right, my only question was, you know, if, again, put yourself in Jim's shoes, you're a Chief fan. You got to be ecstatic that this guy, where he's head and above shoulders, anybody in this league, and he's still, you know, not being greedy, taking the money. He wants to win. You see this guy, you know, he wants to win. You know, like, it's not all about how much am I going to, you know, give me this. It's, you know, I'm going to take care. I'm going to get, you know, and that's the one thing. I know I bash Brady a lot, but I give Brady, you know, Petro, I know I bash him, but I give him a lot of credit because there was a lot of time. Pay cut. And you know what? You got to respect that. And that's why I respect Mahomes, man. Mahomes is there for the listen. I was listening to Bronco Radio all day yesterday, and they were saying, listen, that's a problem because he's not going anywhere. He's there to win. And you know what? Like, you better get your A+ game to compete with this team. So
I'll tell you just two quick things. A lot of people probably don't know about this when it comes down to contracts a lot of times. Kansas state income tax is only 3%. So think about the contract he's getting and the less money he's actually going to take because it's only 3%. So that money that he was going to get taken away from if it was like in New York is going to just be offsetted pretty much throughout his whole career for his whole contract. The second thing on his contract is that you got to remember this guy is, how old is he?
23, I think. 24.
Look at all his endorsement deals. You really think he cares about making $40 million? That's why Brady didn't make all that money, because he had endorsement deals that were beyond. He was making more money off endorsement deals than they were with contracts, and that's usually majority of the people in sports nowadays. LeBron does it. Floyd Mayweather does it. Like, Messi, all these guys, like, they make a certain amount of money and then they make like 2-3 times the amount of money of endorsement deals.
Well, I got a question, Petro, because you made a great point, John, and Jim, you can answer this too. But I was talking to somebody today, and listen, LeBron James has definitely been the best athlete, probably, I'd say, in this generation or, the last 10, 20 years. Like, how many baseball players, seriously, if we did, we talk about, trivia questions, but how many baseball players would you say make more money than LeBron James has? I mean, and you're talking about the best athlete in the world. What was, not even, the past 2 years. Up until he went back to Cleveland, what did he even make, $30 million a year? Was he even making? Petro?
When he went back to Cleveland,
he might have been right at the cusp of it.
I think definitely not on the Heat, and definitely not before that. But I think when he went back to Cleveland, that's when he was. I think that's when he started hitting the 30 million mark, and then he left. He could have gotten really big money if he signed back with Cleveland, because the NBA is weird. They give you you can make the supermax if you stay on your current team for a certain amount of time. So right now he's not even making supermax on LA. I mean, he's making great money, but that's why Anthony Davis, if he re-signs with LA,
he makes the money with that. He makes the money, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be able to sign a supermax. Russell Westbrook has the biggest deal in the NBA right now because Russell Westbrook, his contract carried over and he had the supermax is massive. Steph Curry, James Harden, I think those are the three biggest ones in NBA right now.
Chris Paul's up there.
Chris Paul's got a big time contract because it carried over from when he signed with the Clippers.
Yeah.
So the Thunder took on that money, but
isn't it though amazing though when you think you're the best athlete in the world? That's why again I don't like people today in school were saying to me, "Oh, that's crazy money for Mahomes." No, I mean he's the best, hands down. LeBron was easily the best, and there was you're saying there was times where he wasn't even the highest paid player on his team. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's going to be important. It's going to be important where if they restructure, we'll see, because Mahomes, in order, listen, Tyreek Hill, his contract is up in 2021 or 2022, I think. I think Kelsey is 2021.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I know the way it's structured, you'll be able to get those guys, but for how long? And 4 years from now, you know what I mean? Let's be real here. Travis Kelsey, time's going to catch up.
Right, exactly.
Travis Kelsey. Right. So you're going to want to go and get somebody, and then we'll see what Mahomes is willing to do, because if he's willing to opt out and restructure, is he going to put the team first, or is he going to put, his well-being first? And I mean, you can't really knock the guy for doing either or, but like you said, Tom Brady, that's why to me, he is the standard, because that dude put winning first.
You know what's going to be interesting, too?
And he wore Uggs, by the way. He wore Uggs.
You know what's going to be interesting, how this Chris Jones thing plays out with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the first thing, because, Chris Jones is obviously sitting there, and they've had to be in communication with him as to, what they're going to do. It's hey, we're going to pay Pat, and this is going to happen, but the way it's structured, you know what? It's going to tell a lot whether they re-sign him or not, what direction this is all going in, because he's going to be the first of the dominoes to go along.
Yeah,
would you say Chris Jones is more important though than Tyreek Hill? Because personally,
no,
I think interior linemen, not defensive ends, but I think interior linemen, you could find.
He's a beast though.
Yes, he is.
He's a beast.
He is. But I think you could find big bodies. I'm trying to think of a way to say it. I think Frank Clark is more important than Chris Jones.
Right, and I think what Tyreek Hill does for those Chiefs, Tyreek Hill is he's a player that no one else in the league can mimic. So, you got to pay him. You have to pay him.
Right. There's plenty of fast guys out there, but there's not
not
fast
him.
Guys. There's not football fast guys. There's a difference.
Right.
There's fast guys and there's football fast. There's a reason why Usain Bolt doesn't play football.
Exactly.
Okay? Tyreek Hill is there's really nobody in the league like him. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's
exactly.
worked hard to make himself better.
Right. He signed that prove it deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I think it was 3 years, 50-something million, when he was,
Well,
not the best.
Straighten himself out.
He was not the best role model.
You guys also got to remember too, you guys are only talking about 2 people. You also have the Honey Badger. You have Fisher on the line. You know, they have young dudes who are going to get paid, and the Chiefs are not going to be able to pay all of them.
Right, but hold on, but John, hold on, because here's my point. I wanted to go over this, and I want to ask John, Petro, and Kenny this question because Jim's already he got his guy. He knows he's got his guy for 15 years.
Hey, Kurt, before you do that, hey John, if I said Chris Jones for Jamal Adams, straight up, would you take that right now?
No.
Okay.
But
I would take Frank Clark for Jamal Adams.
But you wouldn't take Chris Jones knowing that Jamal Adams is probably not going to be a Jet?
No.
Cool.
Okay.
You know what? Just wanted to throw that out there. You're a Jet guy. That's right.
But I would offer you Frank Clark for Jamal Adams. I just, like Petro said, I think Clark has a little bit more of an advantage than Chris Jones does. Just a little bit.
He really grew on me this year. You know what? I knew he looked like a pretty good player in Seattle when he got hurt.
But Kenny, real quick, Kenny, I want to ask one question, and you can go real quick. And then again, this is for Petro, for Kenny, Petro, and John. Okay, and we're going to do a minute each. See, here's the difference. Jim already knew I have Mahomes. I got to pay Mahomes. Everybody comes after. This is why it's so important. Why I always talk about not paying these quarterbacks. You know, you're going to have. So Kenny, you're up first. And I said this 2 weeks ago, but you know what? I want to, again, go over, because this happens with Mahomes, so I want to hear what your response is. All right? You're going to have to, this is year 2 now with Daniel Jones. Saquon Barkley is going to come up and say, hey, I want at least 20, 23 million, so you got to pay him. Do you now go and say, when Daniel Jones comes up, is he the real deal? Because Daniel Jones now, if everyone's saying, well, that's the going rate, he's going to say, well, I want $33 million a year. That's why it's just so important. Same thing with the Jets. And you know what, Petro? Same thing with the Redskins with Haskins. You know, eventually, he's just not going to play on a rookie deal. He's going to say, well, I want this money. So Drew Lock's on the same boat. You know, Drew Lock has a good year this year. Even a good year, he's going to say, well, I want $30 million. It's so important to really have to go and say, so Kenny, you paying Saquon Barkley or Daniel Jones?
Barkley's my guy. I'm going with Barkley.
Because really, you
can't pay both. I can't pay both, so it's got to be one or the other. I got to go. If my offense is going to be run around Barkley, then it's got to be Barkley, and I get that $25-30 million quarterback while Barkley's in the league on our team.
Okay, John, you paying Sam
Darnold? I can't have the Pat Mahomes $50 million. I can't afford the $40 million contract because I need a defense. So it's got to be Barkley for 20, and then a quarterback for 25, 30 tops. That's it. That's how it's got to be.
Sam Darnold wins. I want $33 million a year. You paying him, Beelan? $33 million a year?
Nah, I wouldn't pay him 30s. I mean, he's probably in the low. If he'll probably get anywhere, like if he was getting into 20s, he'll probably get 20s.
But you're not going $30 million for him.
Nah. He's not putting up anything to even offer that. And maybe his age is there, but I mean, you know, nah.
Petro, same thing with you now. Here comes Dwayne Haskins. You guys win 6-7 games. He looks pretty decent. He turns around and says, whoa, Darnold's getting extensions. Drew Lock got an extension. Josh Allen. I want my 25 a year. You going 25 to Dwayne Haskins? Because again, once you're locked in, you're locked in.
I mean, if we win 6-7 games, that means he obviously improved, because I don't think it will be just our defense winning 6-7 games.
I can't believe you're actually thinking about this.
I'm kind of looking forward to Dwayne Haskins this year, man. I'm
right.
like,
see, but
I am too, but I don't think he's going to be worth $30 million.
Not that money.
No, not $30 million. But I mean, think about it this way: Ryan Tannehill just signed a deal that's paying him $30+ million a year. That Ryan Tannehill wasn't the reason the Titans got where they got.
No,
you know what I mean. So like, it all depends on the way thing is. There's quarterbacks that get paid. It's the most important position on the field. When you go and you have to start, you're literally starting all over again unless you get a guy like a Trevor Lawrence or a Kyler Murray. And with 6-7 wins, we're not going to get a guy like that. So it's going to come down to do you pay him, or do we rock with a backup quarterback? You know what I mean? So 25, 28 million. Yeah, it probably will happen. Would I love it? No, but it's just realistic. Sam Darnold too. Like, I mean, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? When you look at the quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill is the perfect example, man. Listen, that guy, he's 31 years old, and he just signed a 4-year, $120 million
I would have
contract.
paid him. I would have paid Brady. I wouldn't have paid him. That's a dumb
Right.
move.
That's
I
what
would
I'm
have
saying.
paid Brady
You took-
$40 million for 2
You
years.
you could have gotten Brady for 2.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Been just as competitive as you were with Ryan Tannehill. You're not going to take a step back.
No.
You know what I mean? If anything, you're going to improve.
Yep.
Because Derrick Henry you won't be loading the box on Derrick Henry anymore.
But if you're Tom Brady, you're really going to pick Tennessee over Tampa Bay?
Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
Tennessee was in the AFC.
No, I'm taking Tampa Bay in a second.
Tampa Bay has like 8 weapons.
Right, but
over there
I'm saying,
they
think
have
about it this way.
Henry and AJ Brown. That's it.
But they were in the AFC Championship game
Right.
last year.
Because of their defense.
Right, but that's
Right,
what
but
wins.
it's not like. But then you're upgrading to Tom Brady.
Right.
Because of their
Petro,
defense.
I'm with you, Petro. He should have
How-
went to Tennessee.
I'm with
Bay,
Thielen,
this guy
and
threw
I'm
for
with Thielen because how
5,000
far does
yards.
Tampa Bay go with the quarterback last year?
And what did Pat
Jameis
Mahomes
Winston
do?
threw for 5,000 yards last
30
year.
interceptions.
And what did Pat Mahomes do to the Titans?
But that's Pat. That's
I
why
mean,
he
they
makes.
were losing.
That's
They
why
were
he makes
okay.
$50 million though, because he's the best in the
But think
game.
about it this way.
That's why you get a quarterback that's going to have weapons on a team that's going to get you that win. You're
But
not,
AJ Brown was the best rookie receiver in the league last year. He went over 1,000 yards, and that's just with Ryan Tannehill. They were up 10-0 on the Chiefs. I'm sorry, but I feel a lot more comfortable with Tom Brady up 10-0 than Ryan Tannehill because, like, look, you can load the
1,000%.
box on Derrick Henry. Tannehill is not going to beat you with his arm. You can't do that with Tom Brady because if you load up the box, Tom Brady is going to hit those guys, the Juju Smith tight ends. He's going to hit the A.J. Brown. He's going to hit the
You know what?
Deion Lewis, who
Petro,
he played with in New England.
Petro,
Hold
Gary
on.
G.
I got something to say. We're talking about defense with Tennessee. Well, how good was Tampa Bay's defense last year? They were a top 5 defense.
Yes,
last
they
year.
were.
Okay, so I'm with John 100%. I'm going to Tampa Bay if I'm Tom Brady. Godwin and Evans are 2 of the top 5 receivers in the league.
Listen,
Alone.
I
Gary.
think that division,
Arguably.
that Tennessee
Arguably.
division stinks. That's one of the worst divisions in football, especially now with Hopkins gone.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I think Tennessee, if you get Tom Brady, you're winning that division. No problem.
Hey, Gary Giordano's got the best comment of the night. What do you guys think the state of the NFL is going to be like losing so many great quarterbacks in a short window? Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Ryan, Eli just left. Stafford hurt. Rivers, so many about to be done. And you're talking about paying guys like Tannehill. LOL. That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't get that money. He shouldn't get that money.
Are you kidding?
Tannehill.
You know what he did in 10 games?
I don't care what he did. I saw what he did
Right,
in the
but
AFC Championship.
it was 10 games.
Wait, hold
He
on.
was a
wait,
backup.
Exactly. He's a backup. He's
Hold
a
on.
backup.
This is when it comes down to stats. Ryan Tannehill was on the worst team ever in football in the past 10 years, okay? And you know what? You ever look at his record? He's still a 500 quarterback being on that crappy-ass Dolphins team, okay? Crappy. And he's still a 500 person. So you can't say that. And in 10 games, what he did in Tennessee, you're out of your mind.
Okay, Jim,
That
I
gets
got
you $30
I got
million a
your
year?
answer right now. Jim, answer this question. Be honest. You watched that AFC Championship game intensely more than anybody. Once that game got to 10 points and the Chiefs were up by 10, that game was over. There's no way Tannehill's bringing them back. Am I right, Jim? Be honest.
That's my point. Why Brady went to Tampa Bay? There's
Wait.
no way.
Let Jim answer. Let Jim answer.
No, you know the end. Once the Chiefs got up,
It's over. Tannehill's not bringing him back. He's not.
no, I wasn't fearful.
So you don't pay him.
One iota. Because and exactly what they did. They, you know what? You knew they weren't going to. You know, their big thing all week was they're going to give the ball to Henry. Henry's going to run over the defense. And I said, I'd rather have Tannehill try to beat us because I didn't feel as confident.
Absolutely.
You know what? My worst fear was them getting up and handing the ball off to Henry and him just running through
Right.
the defense. Once they were able to stop that and have him throw the ball, I felt okay with that.
Jim, listen, you could take Andy Dalton, put him in that team, they're going to be the same team. Tannehill does nothing to win that game for them. He's a game manager. Kenny, real quick, we got 5 minutes. Kenny, 5 minutes. What do you want to talk about? You said you had a debate. Beelan looks fired
well,
up.
this topped my debate. We'll hold mine to another. I was going to play a little Back to the Future with the guys, and I was going to start with Jim and ask around the panel. Okay, we fast forward 5 years. Trevor Lawrence becomes the quarterback everybody thinks he's going to be, and has similar stats to Pat Mahomes. Okay, my question is, does Trevor Lawrence get more money than Pat Mahomes? What's the next contract going to be? $550? Is it going to be $600? What's the next contract going to be if Trevor Lawrence becomes quarterback people say? And
you know what, hey Kenny, I think even a better question to kind of build off of what you're saying. Like if we looked at each of the professional sports, what was the one contract that really, like in baseball, I point to the A-Rod 10-year. A-Rod's 10-year. What's that?
Pujols or Miggy's?
Pujols? He said Pujols?
Pujols.
The first deal. I think A-Rod's Texas deal was the one that
was the worst one. That blew open the floodgates, I think. Now, if we had to go in sports, basketball, football, like what was the one contract that just blew it out of the water? Like you know what? We have three good ones, but I think A-Rod would be at the top.
Beelan, you guys will know. Gilbert Arenas is one contract.
Yes.
Yo, that contract was crazy. He might still be getting paid.
The poison
There's a lot of them. Brandon Roy signed a monster contract. There was some guys like NBA is weird though because it's the way the deals are structured. NBA is like the weirdest league with their contracts. It's so strange. But Gilbert Arenas is one that sticks out to me. That was a crazy contract.
And that's a stupid move because now you have a guy like LeBron James saying, and Dwayne Wade, and wait, he's making more money than me? Gilbert Arenas? Like, what are they doing?
How about Allen Houston's deal?
What, the second Nick deal?
Yeah.
What was it, like 6 years, 7 years for like $100-something million?
Yeah, exactly. That was a bad deal.
But that won't be a football deal.
But see, this is where, and again, we could do a short. Beelan, I'll argue with Beelan and anybody on this. This is why stats don't matter. Just say Kansas City this year goes 12-4, and Mahomes throws for 25 touchdowns because they get the running back out of LSU, some touches. They want to run the ball. Who's still the best quarterback in the NFL? Jim?
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. That's why you can't look and say, well, look, he threw 40 touchdowns. That means nothing. Eye test. Pat Mahomes is the best. Kirk Cousins is the biggest example. Kirk Cousins had 362 yards.
Kirk.
Yeah, he had 200 into the third quarter, and you're down by 21.
Let him go right now. It's the end of the show. He's on 21. Every week when we're ready to leave.
Right up against the time.
Hold on. If Pat Mahomes did not win the Super Bowl this year, okay?
Yeah.
He is probably not a clear-cut number one quarterback.
How do you say that?
Not clear-cut. There's going to be a couple of names in between there.
Jim, do you want to comment on that, Jim?
Nope. No comment.
You do that to a whole
my lawyer.
I don't know. Listen.
Jim probably knows this. That game, no one realizes that game was closer than it really was. Okay, that one play, I had this game hard body. Okay, if it wasn't for what the hell is his name? Tremaine Brock to hold Sammy Watkins and then he run past them. Okay, that game was a 7-point game. And the Titans were driving down the field back the other way, and then they scored. So the game would have been tied, okay? It doesn't matter who was doing what. They were in that game no matter what, okay? The score after the fact looked like it was like, oh, yeah, they took off.
No, I agree. It was at one point it was closer, and like, it wasn't like – right, you look at the score, it looked like it was an ass kicking. But no, it was deep into the fourth quarter, right?
If Sammy Watkins did not catch that long bomb off that holding call, that game was completely different. Completely different.
My point is this. This is my final word. If the Dallas Cowboys are down 10-13 to 14, shut the TV off. They're not coming back. If the Titans are down 10, 13, 14, shut the TV. They're not coming back. If Jared Goff's down, he's not coming back. Kirk Cousins, he's not coming back. Those guys can't win games on their own. So you don't pay them the money that quarterbacks do.
Right.
And
my last thing with you just said, I'm going to put you on the spot right now before we go. You said 10, 13, 14 points. Tennessee's not coming back. Is Brady coming back with the Tennessee Titans?
Yes.
Yes. He was down 28.
Yes.
He was down 28.
Tight end when Delaney Walker got hurt. They got no tight end. We got to end. We got to end.
Down 28.
Short. Let's
thank Julian Edelman.
AJ Brown had a better year than Julian Edelman last year.
No. That 28-0 game. Thank Julian Edelman, not Tom
Brady.
Brady.
Because of one catch?
Yes, and that changed the whole game.
One catch changed the whole entire game.
Yeah, it was a third down play that he caught the ball for a first down, and then they scored, and then they just went on a rampage.
We're on, Bobby. We're on overtime, Kurt.
Jim, you're the luckiest man on this panel because you got your quarterback locked in for the next 10 to 15 years. And I envy you, Jim, because you know what? I had that with Mr. Elway, and there's no better feeling. There's no better feeling.
Tonight. You got your guy for the next 15 years the way you've been ranting and raving.
I hope.
Years.
There's a chance. There's a chance. I hope. But, all right, final thoughts. Beelan, what's your final thoughts? Go ahead.
Pay your dues, man. I'm tired of this.
I told you we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live. Sickinger, what's your final thoughts?
Wait, no, just to go back, I'm gonna say this, and I've been saying this. I do not believe sports as much as I want them. They're not gonna come this year.
I hope you're wrong on that one too.
I hope I am too.
Sickinger, final thoughts.
The Ivy League switching to the spring is the first of the dominoes falling. Football is in big trouble, and once again, they've been at the precipice of this. You watch.
All right, Jim. I'm putting you on the spot right now. I'm saying there's going to be sports this year. Beelan's been adamant there's no sports. Which way you leaning? With me or Beelan?
They're not finishing seasons. They're not doing. They'll start, but they're not finishing seasons. No way.
Jim.
I hope to God he's wrong.
Me too. Petro, what do you got, Petro?
My final thoughts is interesting thing that I just saw. So I looked up Ryan Tannehill. This is all I want to say. Pat Mahomes, over the first 4 years of his deal, he's going to be making $103.53 million. Ryan Tannehill, the first 4 years of his deal, will make $118 million.
Listen, they should go arrest him tonight. They should go arrest him tonight and put him in jail.
Because of 10 games. And in those 10 games, he was 15th in the NFL in touchdowns and 30th in yards.
Kenny, before I get to you.
To be continued.
That's crazy. Before I get to you, Kenny, Robert Elsmore's last comment of the night. Lionel Messi, $26 million a year. Final thought, the other football. You know he had to go there, Jim, right? He had to go there.
Who's Messi?
Don't do that, Jim. Don't do that.
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, damn.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, finish it off.
Fun times tonight. Thank Zach and John for joining us tonight. Happy to see those business cards out. I'm not going to say anything. I've been biting my tongue on the whole situation with sports. That's all I'll say.
Play ball.
That's it. Let's see if we can get it. If not, I won't be surprised if we don't. But if we do, it'll be a nice surprise if we do get the sports.
All right, boys and girls, thank you guys for the comments. Till we argue next week. Beelan, let's get on a short and let's argue this all night long. Petro, Tannehill versus Brady. I mean, I'm the biggest Brady hater, but come on.
I will bury him on that one, John.
Boys, next week.
See ya.